around the world.
Top majors and prime internships.
Sports, marching band, ROTC, arts, clubs, and residence halls on campus.
International travel programs to Africa, India, Europe, and South America.
Faith, service, and Catholic masses.
We have it all at HolyCross College. It's affordable, private, faith-based education for your mind, body, and spirit.
We're a small college connected to the big Notre Dame community.
The HolyCross experience is like no other.
At HolyCross, you'll gain the experiences of a lifetime and the experience you'll need for a great resume.
For more information, call 574-239-8400. That's 574-239-8400. Or visit experienceholycross.com.
HolyCross College at Notre Dame, Indiana, because experience matters.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines, a tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
Hi again, it's me, Sarah. I just got a text from TCU that means my first paycheck got deposited. I can't wait to treat myself. Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings, so I can spend a little and still save. Visit tcunet.com to start owning your financial future. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello there, this is Nat King Cole, wishing you all a happy and a Merry Christmas.
The joy of living is in the giving. So let's give lots of toys for tots.
Since 1947, the United States Marine Corps has been helping Santa fill his sleigh, making happier holidays for deserving children right in your community. Go to toysfortots.org and learn how you can make a difference.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, wherever the mission takes us, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
College softball players Mallory Holtzman and Liz Wallace know winning isn't everything.
It's how you hold your head at the end of the game and how you walk off the field.
These two athletes carried their opponent around the bases after she injured herself hitting the winning home run.
What are they doing? Whether you win or lose on the field, if you did the right thing, then you did win.
And they showed us the right thing is sportsmanship.
Way to go, girl!
Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at Values.com.
Welcome back here to the McKenna Arena at the File Center, where HolyCross and Olivet Nazarene are getting ready to do battle here in the men's game. Olivet Nazarene comes in with a record of 2-8, 1-1 in the CCAC, and HolyCross, winners of a school record 5 games in a row, are 8-4 and 2-0 in the conference. And Dwayne, you take a look at these two teams. They look like they're going in opposite directions. But this Olivet Nazarene team, if you take a look at the schedule they played, they've already played Grace, Goshen, Huntington. They basically played almost they played a lot of teams from the. They played a lot of tough teams. Lewis University, Concordia out of California, a lot of teams, St. Francis out of Illinois, Purdue, Calumet. This team has had some tough breaks, but they're going to be very formidable here today.
Yeah, they have, and they played 3 overtime games, Matt. They're 1-2 in those, and actually they're 2-1 in those. I take that back. So they're a very competitive basketball team. They lost to Georgetown by 4. They lost to Georgetown of Kentucky, that is, by 4. Eastern Illinois by 7. Lewis did get him by 15. Concordia beat him pretty well, but overall, they have been in and only lost by 5 to Purdue-Calumet in their last outing. So this is going to be a tough ball game. They always bring a lot of size and athleticism. They're a physical team, and HolyCross cannot be ready for them today.
Well, on the other night, HolyCross against Great Lakes Christian got off to a slow start, but eventually pulled away for a 97-61 victory. Zoe Bauer and Brandon Evans shared the scoring honors with 17 points apiece. And Dwayne, the one thing that I've noticed from this if you take a look at this HolyCross team right now, is that they're playing with a sense of confidence right now.
Yeah, no question about it. And that has a lot to do with their head coach, Mike McBride, in his first season, as he has really instilled a refocus of sorts into this ball club and has tried to maintain that, never letting it really slip too far, and it's paid off here. I think the early tough schedule where they started 1-3, playing Bethel twice, and Indiana Wesleyan. Their
3 losses are 2 to Bethel, and then they lost to Marion out of Indianapolis. So, they're played very formidable. But the thing that, like I mentioned earlier, Dwayne, I like about this team, and they're getting balanced. They're getting a lot of different guys have stepped up into roles. Earlier this season, you take a look at, Drew Moore has led the way 3 or 4 times. You have Parker Dominguez, who had a triple-double earlier this season. We saw over when they played over at Indiana South Bend, you saw Clayton Webb come up with 18 rebounds. Yeah. You saw Zoe Bauer and Drew Moore hit a bunch of free throws down the stretch to do that. And that's the one thing about this club, Dwayne. Right now, as a team, they're shooting close to 70%. They're shooting 68% as a team from the free throw line. That has gotten better from about 63-64% earlier this season. So that's one thing I know Mike McBride's looking forward to.
Well, there's 2 players that have been very significant. I know it's a team ball game. We talk about all that. But to me, Drew Moore, quarterbacking the offense, has opened things up a little bit for Zoe Bauer and Dane Okuda from the outside, as it's another threat. And on the inside, Parker Dominguez, who has done an awfully nice job, really, hustling up and down the floor, one of the team leaders in steals. You just can't say enough about the way he's played, and I think he has kind of instilled that into some of the other guys underneath to come up with and make plays. Evans and others. I thought that McIntyre has done a nice job, and I think it's been an all-around that builds a complete team effort.
Earlier this afternoon, I had a chance to speak to Mike McBride about today's game. Let's take a listen. Basketball coach Mike McBride joining us on the pregame show. Coach, after a slow start in the Great Lakes Christian game, you guys were able to get into a rhythm offensively and finished on a strong note.
Yeah, we played mediocre at best the first 8 or 10 minutes, and then had a couple guys that changed the way they played and kick-started us. And really the last 28 or 30 minutes, I thought we played pretty well and put the game out of reach, and we were able to start building towards this one.
I thought during this stretch that you've gotten contributions from a lot of different people, and you've had a lot of guys step up and play a lot of different roles that maybe they normally haven't been for you.
Yeah, that's what this team needs. We don't have a quote-unquote go-to guy that we can bank on. We have some guys that are really consistent, but no one that we can kind of give the ball to and say, hey, go win it for us. So we need contributions from different people, and we've had it both on the perimeter and in the post, and that's going to be key as we get into the meat of the conference season, obviously.
You look at this Olivet Nazarene club, their record shows they're 2-8, but they've been very competitive against everybody they played against.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you look at a record, you're really dealing a very superficial level. They've played an unbelievable schedule and have been very competitive in it. They just played Tuesday night against a really good Purdue-Calumet team and really controlled the game for about 35, 36 minutes and just let it get away from them at the end. It's a team that traditionally has won, very well coached, very talented. I think they're a little young probably for where they normally are, and so they're still trying to figure things out, but it's not a team at all that is reflective of their record.
During this stretch of good luck, what do you think's been the most consistent thing that you've seen out of your club?
I think, and this is going to sound like coach speak, but I think our mentality day by day, we talk all the time about winning not being an event but a process. And so I've been really pleased with how we've approached practice, film sessions, walkthroughs, just day by day trying to not only build what it is we do system-wise, but also learn about our opponents and how we want to play against them. So I think the preparation that's gone into the 5 games that we've won, to me, has been more impressive than the games itself.
What are going to be the keys to victory today?
Well, when Olivet's played really well, they've been able to they score. And again, that sounds very generic, but the games they've played well and the games they've won, they've been able to put up a lot of points. So the first thing is going to be defensive transition. Make them play 5-on-5 each time, and then they're very patient once they're in the half court, and very methodical is probably not the right word, but very detailed with their movement. So we've got to be in tune to how we're guarding, and then we've got to take care of the ball offensively. When we've struggled and sputtered at times, we've been kind of lackadaisical with the ball. So if we can be sound and solid with the ball and create good shots through ball movement and player movement, I feel like we'll be okay.
Good luck today.
Great, thank you.
That was the playing of our national anthem, and once again we thank Mike McBride for taking a few minutes to visit with us as we get ready for this afternoon's second game between HolyCross and Olivet Nazarene.
A 5'11" junior from North Augusta, South Carolina, number 4, Austin Davis.
Davis comes in averaging 15.4 points a game.
Peoria, Illinois, number 14, Tony Banks.
Banks comes in averaging 6.8 points a game.
From Toronto, Illinois, number 24, Aaron Larson.
Aaron Larson, the other member in double figures with a 13.9 average.
Guard, a sophomore from Mahomet, Illinois, wearing number 32, Reed Parchman.
Parchman comes in 8.3 points a game.
6'5" sophomore from Roselle, Illinois, wearing number 45, Zach Wagner.
Wagner, 9.6 points a game.
Coaching Olivet in his 35th season, Ralph Hodge.
Ralph Hodge, the veteran coach today against a first-year coach. In Michael
for your HolyCross Saints, 5'11" senior from Lakewood, California, wearing number 3, Dave Okuda.
Okuda averaging 7.1 points.
A 6'2" junior from Culver, Indiana, wearing number 4, Zoe Murray.
One of 3 players in double figures at 12.6 points.
Dayton, Ohio, wearing number 12, Drew Moore.
Drew Moore leading the way with a 14.6 average.
A 6'5" junior from Dallas, Texas, wearing number 23, Clayton Webb.
Clayton Webb at 8.5 points a game and 8.5 rebounds.
Senior from Santa Clara, California, wearing number 43, Parker Dr. D. Dominguez.
Dominguez averaging 9.2 and 6.1 rebounds. There are your starting lineups, and our officials for this afternoon's second game are Rich Parsons, Bill Ustek and Mike McCarthy. And Dwayne, I think we're going to be in for a good one here this afternoon. You know, Coach McBride during the interview mentioned, he said, this Olivet team has played a lot of tough competition. They're tested tough. They just had a lot of bad luck down the stretch.
Well, on their last visit here, they defeated HolyCross on January 12th of last season, 103-74. And you remember that type of team they had. They were national championship contenders at the time. They've lost some people from that team, obviously, but still a very good opponent. And here is the opening tap. It goes to HolyCross. They're wearing the white jerseys at home with the red or maroon, I should say, numerals and letters HolyCross across the front. Olivet with the purple road jerseys and white numerals and letters with trim. Now, the opening of the man-to-man defense, Dane Okuna with a shot, and it's up, no good. Clayton Webb with a rebound, and it's out to Drew Moore, now to Webb. Webb over here to Parker Dominguez, top of the key. Dominguez looking for some help. Finds it in Drew Moore, dribbles through the lane and then back out on the fresh 35-second clock that they had. Now it's Dane Okuna with it. Okuna looking, getting to Clayton Webb, 14 on the shot clock. Here is Drew Moore. Moore going over to Zoe Bowers. Zoe Bauer with a floater from the right side, and it's in. 2-0 HolyCross. Just like the women, they take a 2-0 lead. Let's hope that's not their last lead of the day. Here is Olivet with it now back the other way. And with it, the top of the key is Austin Davis. Davis getting a screen from Aaron Larson. Now back out to Zach Wagner. Wagner over to Reed Farchman. Farchman with it. Now back over to Tony Banks at the top of the key. And a long three launched by Austin Davis. Nothing but net. Austin Davis with a three-pointer, and it's 3-2 in favor of Olivet. Here now is Drew Moore with it. Moore to Zoe Bauer. Bauer over to Clayton Webb off the right side. Down to the right corner to Moore. Top of the key, Zoe Bauer. Dane Okuna with it, back to Bauer. Now dumped down low to Clayton Webb off the right side baseline. He'll drive into the paint, put up the left-handed shot. No good. Rebound cleared away by Aaron Larson of Olivet. Now quickly up the floor is Davis. Davis looking down low from Farchman. Back out to Aaron Larson. Larson over to Banks. Banks right side looking for help. Gets it back out to Farchman. Farchman with it. Now over to the left side. It's Davis. Cross-court pass and launched a three. Tony Banks hits a three. And boy, just like the women's game, Olivet hits its first 2 threes, and it's 6-2 in favor of the Tigers.
Showing some good patience there and making them fall.
Drew Moore with a floater from the free throw line, and he makes it, and it's 6-4. Now quickly the other way, Tony Banks with it for Olivet. He gets it back up top of the key to Larson. Larson swings it to the right side to Farchman. Now back out on top, Tony Banks. Dumped down low now and put up off the glass by Aaron Larson, and he scores, and it's 8-4. And 3 trips down for Olivet and 3 baskets, Matt.
Yep, 3 out of 3. The high percentage shots for them.
Now back the other way, Dane Okuna with it, and it's Zoe Bauer. Bauer to Drew Moore, driving left side, cut off by Banks. Banks guarding Bauer, or to Moore rather. Now Parker Dominguez with it, back to Drew Moore. Drew Moore drives left side, puts up the shot and scores. Nice quick move to the basket for the layup off the left side. Drew Moore has a basket, and it's 8-6 Olivet.
Yeah, Moore now with 4, back to back.
Right underneath, another easy basket, this time for Zach Wagner on the layup. And he gets the assist from Reed Farchman, and it is 10-6 Tigers.
The Tigers showing a good ability to break that defensive pressure.
Clayton Webb with a basketball, and a steal by Tony Banks. No. It's off of Tony Banks, and he's claiming he was held. And the ball goes out of bounds. I believe it'll just stay with HolyCross as a substitution for the Tigers. Coming in for the first time is Hunter Jacobs as well now as Alex Thorson. Jacobs, a 6'5 junior forward from Champaign, Illinois. Thorson, a 5'11 sophomore guard from Philo, Illinois. Now Drew Moore will throw it inbounds here at half court for HolyCross. Gets it inside to Dane Okuna, who runs down in the lane, passes off, and a long three put up by Drew Moore is no good. And getting the rebound and putting it back up, no good, is Brandon Evans, and the rebound comes off to HolyCross, or no, to Olivet rather. And it is ball tipped away now and stolen away by Dane Okuna, by Zoe Bauer. I'll get it right. Now Dane Okuda has it to Parker Dominguez. Dominguez has it. Dominguez dumps it down low and over everybody. Turnover taken away by Alex Thorson of Olivet. 10-6 our score in favor of the Tigers. It is Hunter Jacobs with it, and he gets it over to Reed Farchman. Farchman, top of the key, gets it over to Alex Thorson. Thorson tries to drive right side, cut off by Acuna. Now here is Zach Wagner. Wagner cuts it over to the left side, and driving is Davis. And now a long three is up and no good by Farchman, and the rebound comes off to Dane Okuda of HolyCross. Okuda with the basketball. And he's out front, man-to-man defense applied by the Tigers. Here is Drew Moore down in the right corner. Moore looking for help, gets it to Parker Dominguez. Dominguez driving on the right baseline, now goes in the paint, puts up a shot, it's no good, and the rebound cleared away by Farchman. And it's ahead here on the fast break to Thorson. Thorson now to Davis. Davis left side cut off back to Thorson. Now underneath and put up from the left side, and it is good by Zach Wagner. Wagner with a basket, and it's 12-6. Olivet looking very efficient in the early going, man.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job of working the ball now inside and finding those high percentage shots.
Here is Acuna, now Drew Moore with the three, and it's good. Drew Moore from the right perimeter scores, and it's 12-9. The lead cut to 3.
Yeah, Moore with 7 here in the early going.
Off to a good start for the Saints. They're down 3, however. 14-30 and counting in the first half. Olivet women won the opening game of our women's men's doubleheader today, 88-81. Now Farchman with a 3, no good. Rebound Dane Okuda for HolyCross, and Okuda will bring it across the timeline. Gets it off to Zoe Bauer on the right side. Bauer looking for help. Back out top to Okuda. Now left side, Parker Dominguez dumps it down low to Brandon Evans, and as he goes up, he is fouled, and will take 2 free throws here for the Saints. And the foul is charged to Reed Farchman of Olivet, and checking in for the first time in a moment for the Tigers will be Tyler Crater, number 42. But first, and 2 free throws for Evans.
That's our first foul of the afternoon of this second game.
Almost made it to the 6-minute mark before that happened. 14:05 left, and Brandon Evans goes to the line for 2, and the first free throw is good for Brandon Evans.
Evans came in a 67% free throw shooter. He was 30 of 45 for the season, making 31 of 46 now as HolyCross is back within 2.
Clayton Webb back in the lineup for HolyCross, and back in for Olivet is Aaron Larson. Second free throw attempt coming from Evans, and it's good. Nothing but net, and it's 12-11 in favor of the Tigers here with 14 minutes to go in the first half. And it's Larson with it. Now up top to over to number 42, and that's Crater, who just came into the game. Davis with it. Now dumped down low, and Larson puts up the left-handed shot, no good, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line.
Brandon Evans is going to pick up HolyCross's first foul, as we will have a media timeout at the 13:50 mark.
13:50 to go here in the first half. Our score, Olivet Nazarene 12, HolyCross 11. You're listening to men's college basketball action on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
More students than ever are considering HolyCross College for their future. Have you started to think about yours? HolyCross College is a Catholic, co-ed, 4-year institution of higher learning, offering a great curriculum with 11 NAIA varsity sports. HolyCross offers 21 majors and minors, so you can excel in the subjects you love. HolyCross also has the lowest tuition rate of all the private colleges in Michiana. 90% of students receive financial aid with an average award of over $24,000. HolyCross College students have resources such as peer tutoring, writing, and math centers to ensure your academic success. Most importantly, professors know who you are and your strengths and weaknesses. Together, building your future. Be part of the 524 students that enjoy a lively on-campus experience, offering a vibrant social life with countless clubs and intramural activities that enhance your college experience. Visit HolyCross College now. The experience matters. hcc-nd.edu.
Back here at the McKenna Arena at the File Center, Dwayne Lewandowski and Matt Copsey joining you here for the HolyCross Olivet Nazarene men's game as HolyCross trails 12-11 with 13:50 remaining here in the first half. And stepping to the free throw line for Olivet Nazarene will be number 24, Aaron Larson.
One final score in women's college basketball today. The Bethel women knock out Spring Arbor 65-59.
And Spring Arbor will be here at the McKenna Arena on Tuesday night to take on HolyCross.
So Aaron Larson will go to the line. He's a big 6'7" forward, sophomore from Tolano, Illinois. First free throw ever is no good. 12-11 our score. Olivet with a 1-point lead. They've started very efficiently, but Holy Cross has clawed their way back.
Yeah, the left-hander was shooting 71% as he knocks down the second one to give the Tigers a 2-point lead.
So Drew Moore gets it to Dano Kuna, and Holy Cross now works the offense as they cross half court. Here is into the ball game for the first time during the timeout, Daryl McIntyre with it. And Okuna will shoot from three and nail it. Dano Kuna gives Holy Cross the lead again, 14-13. Nice three-pointer there from just right at the top of the key. Now here's Austin Davis with it. Davis gets it down to Tyler Crater. Back out to Davis, now to the right side, and driving is Thorson. He loses it, steal. McIntyre with it for Holy Cross. McIntyre, he keeps driving, then kicks it back out, and Okuda will try from the left side this time, and another one. Dean Okuda with back-to-back threes, and it's 17-13, Holy Cross.
And the player Daryl McIntyre set that up. He drew the attention to him and got Okuda in good spot for the three.
Now Olivet attacking once again as Austin Davis with it. Over to Crater, now top of the key to Jacobs, and it's stolen away. Another turnover, Holy Cross with it. It's Drew Moore to Dane Okuna. Okuna over to Drew Moore off the right side now. 12:40 to go in the half. It's 17-13 Saints. Here is Okuna with it, top of the key. Gets it over to McIntyre. McIntyre, right side, 17 on the shot clock. Drives into the paint, goes up with the hard left-hand layup. It's no good, but a foul. And it's going to go against Tyler Crater of Olivet Nazarene.
That's going to be Crater's first and the team's second.
Zoe Bauer back in for Holy Cross. Austin.
Drew Moore. Drew Moore had a seat for the Saints.
Okay, and some substitutions here for Olivet.
Yeah,
first time in the game, Matt Ryan. And also Tony Banks back in the game. He's a starter. Here is the inbounds for Holy Cross. They lead by 4 and have it underneath their own basket. Zoe Bauer gets it into the far left corner. Now dribbles out of it and gets to the top of the key to Dano Kuna. Clayton Webb looking for some help down low, and it's McIntyre. McIntyre drives, power move inside, doesn't get the roll, and Olivet cannot corral the rebound. It goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Holy Cross with a fresh 35 on the shot clock.
Yeah, it looked like Larson there tried to grab it one-handed, and he had to deflect off his body, go out of bounds.
Here's the inbounds. Dano Kuna looking for someone and finds Evans, and then it's back to Okuna, and he kicks it back out. And now here is Zoe Bauer with the top of the key. A lot of battling going underneath for positioning. And now here's a drive by Dano Kuna, gets it to Evans, and it's knocked away, stolen away by Banks. And then ahead to Larson, who didn't see it, but still manages to retrieve it. 1-on-3, and he will score. Power move that time by Aaron Larson. Outstanding job to not only get the ball when he didn't see it coming and then battle it away from 3 players and drive in and score. Foul on Daryl McIntyre.
Yeah, Larson looked like a runaway freight train there, but he was able to get his composure in time to put the basket in, and now he has a chance for 3-point play and get the Tigers back within 1.
Just a solid athletic play that time by Larson, and he makes the 3-point play. It's good. 17-16, Holy Cross lead down to 1 with 11:50 to go in the half. Dano Kuna with it now. So he brings it across the timeline. Gets it to Zoe Bauer. Now back out top to Okuda. Looks like a 2-3 zone here for Olivet. Now a long 3 launched by Zoe Bauer is no good from the right side, and the rebound ripped down by Larson of Olivet. He gets it ahead to Thorson. Thorson back out here to Matt Ryan. Then a put up by Larson is no good, and the rebound cleared by Clayton Webb of Holy Cross, and here's Dane Okuna with it across the timeline. Okuna guarded by Thorson. Gets it top of the key to Zoe Bauer. Bauer, and then now back into a man-to-man defense for Olivet. Here is Dane Okuna. Gets it to Webb, back out top. 17 on the shot clock. It's McIntyre. McIntyre drives, puts up a shot, but a foul on the floor first. It'll go out of bounds to Holy Cross, and the foul is charged.
It's going to go on Tyler Crater, and that's going to be his second.
Parker Dominguez back in for Holy Cross, and so is Drew Moore.
And Brandon Evans and Dane Okuda have a seat.
There are also a couple of substitutions for Olivet on that exchange. Looks like Austin Davis back in. Now here is the inbounds for Holy Cross. They lead by 1 with 11 minutes to go in the half, 17-16. Here's Clayton Webb with it. Webb over to Drew Moore, and he fires a 2 that's no good from the left side, and the rebound to Matt Ryan of Olivet. Now quickly across the timeline is Austin Davis. Davis with it, over to Larson. And in the far corner, it's Matt Ryan for the shot off the side of the backboard. But what a nice rebound, rimming and no good that time by Reed Farchman. Farchman was the other player that snuck back in on me. And it'll go out of bounds. And actually a foul. Is it a foul?
Foul's on number 24.
Yes. It'll be Aaron Larson with the foul.
I think he got him when Parker Dominguez came down, got him on the head when Parker came down with the basketball.
Zach Wagner, 6'5", sophomore, back in for Ralph Hodges' club, and the inbounds goes to McIntyre for Holy Cross. The Saints lead 17-16 with 10.5 to go in the first half. Bauer with it to Parker Dominguez. Dominguez to Drew Moore, top of the key, man-to-man defense by Olivet. Moore now still looking for help, and coming around is McIntyre with it on the right side. He'll drive right into the lane, puts up the shot off the right side, no good, and a foul charge to Olivet. And it's going to go against number 32, Reed Farchman of the Tigers.
And Farchman picks up his second, and that's 5 already on the Tigers.
Going to the line will be Daryl McIntyre. And McIntyre will shoot 2.
And McIntyre comes in
67% from the line and misses the first one. Holy Cross as a team, only 68% free throw shooting. They're holding the opponents to 67. And here is the second free throw from McIntyre. And it is up and good. So McIntyre hits 1 of 2. It's 18-16 Holy Cross with 10:15 to go in the half. Here is Zoe Bauer. Here, so many numbers in one day.
Well, he is number 4.
Austin Davis with it, and he scores. You want to get that one right because that was a great play by Austin Davis. And he makes the shot and is fouled on the play to tie the game at 18 all.
Yeah, Drew Moore picks up the foul, and Olivet can regain the lead here. Davis now with 5, trying to make it 6 and complete the 3-point play.
At the 10:05 mark of the first half, we're tied at 18, and now the free throw, however, rolls off, but no box out, and a nice rebound by Farchman, and now Davis for the 3 and scores. That was an Austin Davis possession all the way. It's 21-18, and Olivet retakes the lead. 9:50 to go in the first half. Parker Dominguez with it. Dominguez looking for some help. Gets it to Drew Moore. Now Clayton Webb right side. Webb gets it over here to Zoe Bauer. Parker Dominguez has the ball stripped away, turnover, and Austin Davis with a quick layer on the way for Olivet, and he'll put it up, and it is swatted away that time by Daryl McIntyre. And Olivet will keep the basketball as Brandon Evans and Dano Kuda check in for Clayton Webb and McIntyre, but a great defensive play there, Matt.
Oh, very much so, and I'm surprised that they didn't try to contest for goaltending, but I'm guessing that he was far away from the ball was not on its trajectory down.
Aaron Larson and Hunter Jacobs back in for Olivet as they inbound underneath their own basket, leading by 3, ball deflected. It'll stay Tiger basketball. 21-18, the Tigers with the lead. It's been a little back and forth here. 9:32 to go in the first half. Here is Austin Davis with it. Davis, top of the key, looking for some help. Over to the left side, now cross-court pass from Banks to Larson. Larson drives, puts up the shot from the right side, misses everything, and Brandon Evans clears it. Quickly ahead to Dano Kuda, to Zoe Bauer, top of the key. Bauer looking for a cut down the lane. It wasn't there, so he gets it over to Okuda. Parker Dominguez now top of the key. Parker's been held scoreless so far in the first half. Drew Moore will take the 3. No good, and the rebound cleared away by Olivet and Larson. Austin Davis with it now. Over to Larson on the right side. Thought about a 3. Back out to Austin Davis. Loses it, retrieves it, then kicks it over to Banks. Now back out to Davis. 8:49 to go in the half. 21-18. Olivet with a lead in the ball. Here now is Wagner to Davis. Davis puts up the shot from the left side of the free throw lane. No good, but there is a rebound put back and no good by Zach Wagner, and the rebound off to Holy Cross. It is Drew Moore with it. Moore guarded by Banks. Moore over to Dane Okuna. Okuna kicks it down to Parker Dominguez. Dominguez looking to get on the board. Puts up the shot from the left side. No good, and the rebound taken away by Larson of Olivet. Now it's Austin Davis for the Tigers. Over to Larson on the left side. 21-18, Olivet with the lead in the ball. Pass down low, Larson. Right side, gets it out top to Banks. Banks over to the left side, and Austin Davis with the three. It's no good, and the rebound taken away by Parker Dominguez of HolyCross at the 8-minute mark of the first half. It's 21-18, Olivet.
HolyCross gone about 3 minutes without a basket now.
Dano Kuna with it. Down to the corner. Zoe Bauer loses the ball as he was trying to set up, but retrieves it and gets it. Parker Dominguez. Oh, nice backdoor look from Parker Dominguez to Zoe Bauer, and it's 21-20. Great play there.
Yeah, Bauer set that up. He was a little out of position, but he got his composure back and got himself in position to put the basket in.
Turned into a near disaster into points. Now backdoor for Larson, and he gets it, puts it up, and scores on the fine assist from Zach Wagner from out top. Good job there as McIntyre getting ready to check back in for Mike McBride's club.
8 points now for Larson.
Here is Okuna to Drew Moore, and a foul has been called away from the basketball. And it's going to go against number 13 of Olivet, and that's Hunter Jacobs.
Yeah, for Jacobs, that's going to be his first in the team 6. HolyCross with only 3 team fouls called on them in the first almost 13 minutes of play.
McIntyre checks back in for Zoe Bauer. 7:13 to play in the half, 23-20 Olivet. Now the inbounds for the Saints right underneath the HolyCross basket. And throwing it in is Okuna. He's looking for help, gets it to McIntyre. McIntyre will set the offense. Man-to-man defense by the Tigers. Here's a play over to Drew Moore, top of the key. Now it is a pass to McIntyre, right side. Now Dane Okuda will launch the three from the top of the key. It's short. And the rebound taken off by Olivet. It's Hunter Jacobs with the rebound, and now Austin Davis with it to Tony Banks. And the pass underneath is deflected away and taken away by Drew Moore. Turnover on Olivet. It'll be HolyCross basketball. 23-20, the Saints trail. Looking to get back into maybe a tie or at least cut it to 1. The ball kicked out of bounds by Olivet. It'll stay HolyCross basketball. We have a timeout on the floor. Our score, it is Olivet Nazarene 23, HolyCross 20. You're listening to men's college basketball action on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
What will you experience in the next 4 years?
At HolyCross College, you'll find
small classes, personal attention, individual help, and professors who really care about your success.
Friends from around the country and around the world.
Hot majors and prime internships.
Sports, marching band, ROTC, arts, clubs, and residence halls on campus.
International travel programs to Africa, India, Europe, and South America.
faith, service, and Catholic masses.
We have it all at HolyCross College. It's affordable, private, faith-based education for your mind, body, and spirit.
We're a small college connected to the big Notre Dame community.
The HolyCross experience is like no other.
At HolyCross, you'll gain the experiences of a lifetime and the experience you'll need for a great resume.
For more information, call 574-239-8400. That's 574-239-8400. Or visit experienceholycross.com.
HolyCross College at Notre Dame, Indiana, because experience matters.
Welcome back to the McKenna Arena inside the File Center. Dwayne Lewandowski along with Matt Copsey here on the Regional Radio Sports Network. Glad you could join us here for some basketball here in the afternoon. 23-20 is our score. Olivet over HolyCross. And Matt, checking some of the stats. What do you got?
Yeah, you have Olivet Nazarene 9 out of 19 from the field. HolyCross is 7 out of 18. Rebounding, Olivet holds a 12-10 edge. 4 turnovers, Olivet, 3 for HolyCross.
Dane Okuna will inbound for the Saints underneath the Saints basket, and he gets it to Parker Dominguez. Dominguez gives it back to Okuna, and they'll set the offense against the man-to-man defensive pressure of Olivet Nazarene. Now a cross-court pass to Dane Okuna. Gets to Parker Dominguez in the free throw circle. Back out top to Dane Okuna. Okuna looks down low. Gets it to Brandon Evans. Evans with 9 on the shot clock. Turns around left side. Puts up the right-handed shot and scores. Very nicely done by Brandon Evans. That play could be there all day, I think, but you never know. 23-22. The lead down to 1. And a long 3 launch there. No good by Alex Thorson. And the rebound off to Parker Dominguez. HolyCross with a chance to retake the lead with 6 minutes to go in the half. It's 23-22 Olivet. And it's Dane Okuna with it. Over to Drew Moore to Parker Dominguez. Parker Dominguez back out to Okuna, and they'll set the offense here. Well, HolyCross, it's Daryl McIntyre with it. McIntyre drives into the paint, puts up the power right-handed move. Can't get the roll, and the rebound to Larson and Olivet. Gets it over to Alex Thorson with it, and Thorson crosses the timeline. Thorson Gives it to Austin Davis. Davis to Larson, looking for a backdoor cut, nothing there. Gets it back over to Wagner, who gives it to Thorson. Thorson, top of the key, a screen and a launch all by himself. Three-pointer is no good by Austin Davis, but the rebound shot is no good by Banks, and then the rebound comes off to Parker Dominguez of Holy Cross. 5:17 to go in the half, 23-22 Olivet.
5 rebounds for Dominguez, although he hasn't scored.
Now here is McIntyre with it, looking for a cut that wasn't there. Brandon Evans, top of the key. 20 on the shot clock. Here's Drew Moore with it, right side baseline, drives underneath, puts up the nice reverse layup and scores. Drew Moore with a nice play there on the high-low play, and it's 24-23 Holy Cross with a lead again.
Yeah, Moore now at 9.
Now here is Aaron Larson with it. Larson back over to Wagner, top of the key, and a foul away from the ball, and a legal pick here charged, and it's going to be against Tony Banks of Olivet Nazarene.
And that's going to be the 7th team foul. But that's going to be a player. But that'll be a player control foul, so it'll be out of bounds. No free throws.
24-23. Holy Cross with a lead in the ball. 4:47 to go here in the first half. The Saints looking to add to their school record winning streak, which currently sits at 5. Here's Drew Moore. Gets it over to Parker Dominguez. Now Evans out top. Now left side over to Drew Moore, and then coming around is Dane Okuna with it. Okuna top of the key. Okuna kicks it down low. Looks like, is that McIntyre? Yes, it is, and he puts up the left-handed shot. It's no good, and the rebound out of it, and Tony Banks on the move. Now slowed up by McIntyre. He'll get it off top of the key to Thorson. Thorson over to Austin Davis, left side, back to Thorson, top of the key. He'll bring it around and over to Wagner. Wagner gets it down low, and it's Larson who puts up the shot, the left-handed shot from the left side. Off the glass is good. 25-24. Olivet back on top at the 4-minute mark of the first half.
Yeah, Larson first player in double figures with 10.
Now here is Drew Moore down to Parker Dominguez on the right side. Kick back out to McIntyre. And over to the left side now Okuna, and he brings it right side over to Parker Dominguez. Down low right baseline, it's McIntyre. McIntyre looking for some help. Gets it to Parker Dominguez from the free throw line, and Parker Dominguez. Dr. D on the board. For the first time in the game, it's 26-25. Holy Cross with a lead again.
Back and forth we go. That's our 5th lead change.
It's Larson. Now Wagner with it, and Wagner puts up the shot and can't get it, but Larson charges in and gets the rebound away from Parker Dominguez, and they'll reset the offense for the Tigers. Now it is Thorson getting it down low to Wagner. Nice backdoor cut and scores as Alec Thorson taking the little slick pass there from Wagner. 27-26 Tigers. 3:10 to go in the half. Holy Cross with it. It's Dane Okuna. Now to Parker Dominguez, right side, guarded by Wagner. Dominguez gets it off here to the top of the key. It's Drew Moore. Dane Okuna with it. Okuna dumps it down low to Evans. Couple of dribbles. Now loses the dribble and forces up a shot and scores. A muscled shot in from about 4 feet, Matt. Good job there by Brandon Evans.
Yeah, Brandon did a nice job to keep his composure there, and he used his strength, upper body strength, to get that in. He's got 6.
28-27, Holy Cross with a lead again. 2:36 to go in the half. Wagner top of the key. Man-to-man, 2-3 zone looks like. Now a long three is Davis was no good, but the rebound comes out to Thorson. Yeah, it's a 2-3 zone by Holy Cross. Here is Banks with it. Now Wagner dumps it down low, and Thorson's there for the easy layup. Aaron Larson with the easy layup from the left side, 29-28.
Yeah, 12 points now for Larson.
And Mike McBride not happy with that defensive effort. And here is a shot that is good by Drew Moore, who just cradled the ball and then scored on the rolling one-hander. And it's 30-29, 2 minutes to go in the half. Banks with it very quickly the other way, and a foul on Holy Cross.
Yeah, Moore now in double figures with 11.
And it's going to go against Dane Okuna. As some substitutions, Zoe Bauer back in, and for the first time for the Saints, Adam Vizard, the 6'4" sophomore forward from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Also into the game, returning is starter Clayton Webb. Coming out will be Brandon Evans and McIntyre. So McBride with a lineup shuffle here. 30-29, the Saints with the lead. Olivet with the basketball. 1:57 to go in the first half. Tony Banks with it. Banks, ball deflected away by Okuda, out of bounds. It'll remain Tiger basketball. Olivet will inbound on the far right-hand side corner. Banks to inbound. 30-29. Holy Cross with a 1-point lead here in the men's game. The women fell 88-81 in the opener to the Tigers. Here is a pass to Thorson, now to Larson. Larson top of the key. Wagner over the right side top of the key. And it's left side Banks. Now it's Davis. Way cross-court pass taken in by Thorson. 16 on the shot clock. Swung around to the left side. It's Banks. Now up top of the key. Thorson down low to Wagner, who can't handle it, but it is knocked away by HolyCross. It'll remain Olivet basketball with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. $1:31 to go in the first half, and a timeout. Olivet, it's a 30-second timeout. 1:31 left in the half. Our score, HolyCross 30, Olivet 29. We'll keep it right here. And I give you Mr. Matt Copsey to thank a few of our sponsors.
Yeah, did you know the Gates Automotive Group is the #1 seller of pre-owned vehicles in Michiana? Gates sells more, which means Gates can give you more for your trade-in. Stop by any of our locations at Gates Downtown, Gates Chevy Road, Mishawaka, Gates Toyota Scion, South Bend, Gates Ireland Road, and Gates of Granger. The Gates Automotive Group has been serving Michiana for over 85 years. And are you looking for somewhere to hang out or a fun place to take the family out for dinner? Try Beef O'Brady's at State Road 23 in Granger, State Road 23 and Bitter Street Road in Granger. Beef O'Brady's is open 7 days a week for lunch starting 11 a.m. They have great ribs and wraps, plus you can also build your own burger. Beefs can also cater your next event and has a private party room that can seat up to 60 people. Check us out on Facebook or call 574-271-1415 for more information. Beef O'Brady's, good food, good sports.
You know you're doing it to me again. You're reading about food restaurants.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It's just not fair.
I know.
But we'll manage. Now, on the inbounds.
We have to make the sponsors happy.
I understand that. Here's the inbounds to Wagner, who comes up with it, puts up the shot. It's no good. And the rebound taken there by Vizard of HolyCross. So the Saints with a 1-point lead now in the basketball in the final 1:20 here of the first half. It's Clayton Webb with it to Drew Moore. Moore dribbling it back out to the top of the key, gets it to Dane Okuda. And now Moore will let go of the three from the right side. It's no good, and a nice rebound by Larson, and a foul is going to go against HolyCross. And it's going to go against Adam Vizard. That'll be his first and the team's fifth.
Yeah, Vizard did his first. That's only 5 team fouls on HolyCross here at the 1:08 mark of the first half.
Brandon Evans checks back in, and Vizard will take a seat for HolyCross. 1:08 left, 30-29. Moore got off a good-looking shot, just didn't go down. Now here's Tony Banks with it for Olivet. Wagner over to Austin Davis. Davis back out top to Thorson. Thorson on Brandon Evans, now kicks it right side. Davis back to Thorson. Thorson driving over to the right perimeter. 50 seconds to go in the half. Thorson, 15 on the shot clock. It's Banks down low, and it's Larson with the shot. No good. Good defense by Clayton Webb. HolyCross with the basketball. 40 seconds to go. 31 on the shot clock here in the first half. And it is Okuna to Drew Moore. Moore down low to Clayton Webb on the right side baseline. Now cross-court pass left side. And it's Okuna back over to Moore. 19 on the shot clock. Clayton Webb right corner. Kicks it back out to Dane Okuna. He'll reset the offense. 13-12 on the shot clock. 19 on the game clock. Here is Okuna to Zoe Bauer. 6 on the shot clock. Dump down low to Clayton Webb. Can't handle it. Turnover. HolyCross, it'll go to Olivet.
4 turnovers for HolyCross, 5 for Olivet Nazarene.
And the shot clock now off. 11.4 to go, and Olivet will have a chance to take the lead here at halftime. 30-29 our score. The Saints are leading by 1. Here comes Austin Davis with it. Drives over to the right side. It's Thorson with 6 seconds. Tony Banks left side. Down in the far corner with 3, with 2. Banks will let go of the 3 at the buzzer. It is no good, and that'll end the first half. 1 half in the books, 20 minutes. Our score, it's HolyCross 30, Olivet 29. We are listening, or we'll be back with halftime stats and facts. You're listening to men's college basketball action on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
More students than ever are considering HolyCross College for their future. Have you started to think about yours? HolyCross College is a Catholic, co-ed, 4-year institution of higher learning, offering a great curriculum with 11 NAIA varsity sports. HolyCross offers 21 majors and minors, so you can excel in the subjects you love. HolyCross also has the lowest tuition rate of all the private colleges in Michiana. 90% of students receive financial aid with an average award of over $24,000. HolyCross College students have resources such as peer tutoring, writing, and math centers to ensure your academic success. Most importantly, professors know who you are and your strengths and weaknesses. Together, building your future. Be part of the 524 students that enjoy a lively on-campus experience, offering a vibrant social life with countless clubs and intramural activities that enhance your college experience. Visit HolyCross College now The experience matters. hcc-nd.edu.
Hello there, this is Nat King Cole, wishing you all a happy and a Merry Christmas.
The joy of living is in the giving. So let's give lots of toys for tots.
Since 1947, the United States Marine Corps has been helping Santa fill his sleigh, making happier holidays for deserving children right in your community. Go to toysfortots.org and learn how you can make a difference.
Hi again, it's me, Sarah. I just got a text from TCU that means my first paycheck got deposited. I can't wait to treat myself. Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings. So I can spend a little and still save. Visit tcunet.com to start owning your financial future. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
You can definitely give the HolyCross Pep Band, Matt, a big A for an effort here today. They're just having a ball here.
Well, as we mentioned earlier in the first game, they were doing the line change like the Olivet Nazarene women's team was, and now they're doing a little bit of a jig over here with the music going on. Like you said, they're enjoying themselves, and I guess that's what it's all about when you come to the ball game. You want to have fun, and you experience that college life.
Well, that commercial that says there's more than corn in the state of Indiana. Apparently there's more than just playing an instrument in the HolyCross Pep Band. We are here. I'm Dwayne Lewandowski, Matt Copsey here on RSN.com. Glad you could join us. We're at halftime of the men's game. HolyCross clinging to a 30-29 lead as they go for their 6th consecutive win in a row. As Pat Doherty has now joined us here for some halftime commentary. 30-29, HolyCross, Matt. And we've got some stats to go over.
Well, before we do that, let's get Pat's observation of the first half. Pat, it seemed like the back and forth effort. We had one tie and 10 lead changes. Neither team was ever really able to get into any type of rhythm, it seemed like.
Well, Spring Arbor, wow. Olivet could not miss. I'm getting ahead of myself in the schedule here. Olivet couldn't miss. Their first 4 shots went down. They cooled off. Great defense by HolyCross. All those shots were really contested pretty well. On the other side, offensively, I like they're very patient tonight. They're really trying to find a way to work the ball in first. They're using almost the entire shot clock. You can see this team has matured since the beginning of the season, where it was kind of chuck and then try to get a rebound. Now they're really trying to get in their set, find somebody that's open, and get a quality shot every time.
Well, I think the main thing, especially that Mike McBride's got to like, is that Parker Dominguez does not have any fouls, so he's going to be able to be out there for longer stretches. That's been one of Parker's Achilles heels, if you want to say, in the past, is that he's gotten himself in foul trouble, been in bad position. But tonight, only five fouls for HolyCross in the first half. So Coach McBride doesn't really have anything to worry about at that point.
Well, and if you look at the halftime stats, it's about as even as the game. Normally, we can point to as observers of this or that, turnovers, free throws, but really there hasn't been much difference anywhere. Both teams have only gone to the line 4 times. Both teams are pretty even on 3-point attempts and field goals made. Both teams have shot fairly even, 46-40 differential, but Matt will go over all that. Not many turnovers for either team. So it's been a kind of a little grudge match here in the opening 20 minutes.
Well, and that's a contrast to the first game where HolyCross, turned the ball over 40 times in the ball game, but still they were in it until the very end. You have to be encouraged what you saw out of Amy Nespajani's group. I just thought that they had so many instances there where there were times around the basket they missed a lot of shots, a lot of easy opportunities, and they had a couple breakdowns on the defensive end where they allowed him to get some shots and to get some second and third opportunities. But, unfortunately, you come up short in the end, and, it's the moral victories. I know Amy's not in it for moral victories.
No, I know that. It's just, and the schedule just keeps getting harder. Pat, I want to just get your interjection on what your thoughts are for HolyCross in the second half, what you think they have to do to give some separation from Olivet here as we move forward.
The one thing I would like to see them do is attack the rim a little bit more. There's a couple opportunities in the first half where they would drive, get some penetration, and then weave back out instead of attacking the rim, potentially drawing a foul, get to the foul line, maybe get Olivet in some foul trouble in the second half. But one of the things I want to say is watching practice, and when I got here to set up this morning before the women's game, there's a walkthrough. Coach McBride had his team doing a walkthrough. And the thing is, the way that he's built the confidence for this ball club, really come in, taking the bull by the horns, the way they run practice, there's no downtime. Everybody's doing something. There's nobody standing on the sidelines just standing there watching practice. Everybody's involved in some kind of aspect. And I really think that it's shown the way that they progressed when we saw this team play Bethel in the beginning of the year to now. And as they progress the rest of the season, this team is going to be a contender come tournament time.
What I really love, too, is the contrast when you get a game with a coach that's been in the business 35 years as a head coach of one program, and then now you've got Mike McBride taking over in his first year. It's not like he hasn't seen basketball. We're not saying that. But he's taking over the program and trying to implement what he wants to do, and I agree with you. I think he's done an outstanding job. And Matt and I talked about it in the pregame about how he's focused this team, doesn't let him get too lazy out there, calls timeouts when he needs to. That's what we've seen in the early going. So we have some first half stats, Matt, to go over as well.
We will take a look at them right now. For Olivet Nazarene, you have Austin Davis, 3 of 8 from the field, 0 of 1 from the free throw line, 8 points. Tony Banks, 1 of 3 from the field for 3 points. Aaron Larson, 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 12 points. He also has 7 rebounds. Reed Farchman, 0 of 3 from the field, no points, but he has 4 rebounds. Zach Wagner, 2 of 5 from the field for 4 points. Alex Thorson, 1 of 2 from the field for 2 points. And then you had Hunter Jacobs, Matt Ryan, and Tyler Crater all played but did not score. Olivet Nazarene in the first half, 12 out of 30 for 40%, 3 out of 10 from three-point range for 30%, 2 out of 4 from the free throw line for 50%. They had 18 rebounds, 7 for Aaron Larson, 10 assists, 4 for Zach Wagner, 5 turnovers, no block shots, 3 steals, 1 each for Banks, Davis, and Thorson. For HolyCross, Dana Kuda, 2 out of 4 from the field for 6 points. Zoe Barr, 2 out of 3 from the field for 4 points. Drew Moore, 5 out of 9 from the field, 11 points. Clayton Webb played but did not score. Parker Dominguez, 1 of 3 from the field, 2 points, also has 5 rebounds. Daryl McIntyre, 1 out of 2 from the field for 1 point. Brandon Evans, 2 out of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 6 points. And Adam Bizard played but did not score. HolyCross in the first half, 12 out of 26 from the field, 46%. 3 out of 8 from three-point range for 38%. 3 out of 4 from the free throw line for 75%. 15 rebounds in the first half for HolyCross, 5 for Parker Dominguez. They had 5 assists, 3 for McIntyre, 2 for Dana Kuda, 4 turnovers, 1 block shot, that belonged to McIntyre, and 4 steals, 1 each for Kuda, Bauer, Moore, and McIntyre. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we're going to get you set up for the start of the second half. HolyCross leads Olivet Nazarene 30-29. You are watching and listening to HolyCross basketball on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
What will you experience in the next 4 years?
At HolyCross College, you'll find
small classes, personal attention, individual help, and professors who really care about your success.
Friends from around the country and around the world.
Hot majors and prime internships.
Sports, marching band, ROTC, arts, clubs, and residence halls on campus.
International travel programs to Africa, India, Europe, and South America.
faith, service, and Catholic masses.
We have it all at HolyCross College. It's affordable, private, faith-based education for your mind, body, and spirit.
We're a small college connected to the big Notre Dame community.
The HolyCross experience is like no other.
At HolyCross, you'll gain the experiences of a lifetime and the experience you'll need for a great resume.
For more information, call 574-239-8400. That's 574-239-8400. Or visit experienceholycross.com.
HolyCross College at Notre Dame, Indiana, because experience matters.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hi again, it's me, Sarah. I just got a text from TCU that means my first paycheck got deposited. I can't wait to treat myself. Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings. So I can spend a little and still save. Visit tcunet.com to start owning your financial future. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Back here at the McKenna Arena at the File Center, Holy Cross leads 30-29 over Olivet Nazarene. Once again, in our first game this afternoon, the Olivet Nazarene Tigers were a 88-81 winner over Holy Cross. It was Holy Cross gave it quite an effort, but they came up a little bit short in the end. They fall to 2-8 overall now, 0-2 in the conference play, while Olivet Nazarene improves to 6-5 and 3-1 in conference play. And just a reminder that coming up on Tuesday, Pat Doherty and Adam Demery will be here at the to give you the broadcast of the Holy Cross Spring Arbor women's game, and then Dwayne and I will be back here next Saturday afternoon as Holy Cross battles Purdue Calumet in a men's and women's doubleheader. That's just some of the action that will be coming up on the Regional Radio Sports Network. Had some great high school basketball games last night. Dwayne, you and I had the privilege to be over at Viking Arena to see Penn come from behind to beat Valparaiso 51-45, and Pat was over at Northside Gym for the big victory for Elkhart Memorial over Elkhart Central, and Northridge with a big win over South Bend Riley last night. Where that one was on 95.7, the Fan, and just it's in the early stages, but some good high school action taking place.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're absolutely right, man. What a great road win for Penn early in the season over Valparaiso. The start that Penn had was not good, and they got a big win, and Al Rhodes very excited about his team's comeback win last night, as he should be. When you go on the road to start the year at Fort Wayne Carroll and at Valparaiso and come away 2-0, you got to feel pretty good about yourself, and it's for confidence levels. So, and as far as that Central Memorial game goes, when we talked with Pat off the air, and tell you, he can't stop gushing about the atmosphere that was there, the crowd. It's always a big rivalry with the two Elkhart schools, and it had that sectional flavor to it already early in the year, and a great double overtime win for Memorial.
And Dwayne, you and I have had the privilege of being in that gym when it's been at its capacity for some great games, and I know that was just a regular season game, but that's great to see because that means that there's still the excitement there for the high school basketball in the city of Elkhart.
Yeah, it sure is, and it's a great venue, place that holds over 7,000 fans to watch a high school game here in the state of Indiana. Well, we're about ready to go for our second half here. Holy Cross men leading the Olivet Nazarene Tigers by a score of 30-29. Again, we mentioned that in the first half, Holy Cross has shot 46% from the floor to 40% for Olivet. 30%, 3 of 10 for the Tigers from three-point range, while 3 of 8 for the Saints. That's good for 37.5%. 3 of 4 from the free throw line for the Saints, and only 2 of 4 for Olivet. I would imagine that those totals will go up as the second half moves on in terms of free throws. It'll be an important 20 minutes. I know Mike McBride wants to keep this winning streak going. It's currently at 5. That's an all-time program best. And they have a chance to do that here this afternoon in front of the home fans. Pep band has been lively, to say the least, and it's always a fun thing here in December in the state of Indiana for Saturday afternoon filled with basketball.
Yeah, taking a look at Holy Cross, they're going to have their original starting. I take that back. It's going to be Drew Moore, Data Kuda, Zoe Bauer, Parker Dominguez, and Brandon Evans instead of Clayton Webb. And for the Tigers of Olivet Nazarene, number 4, Austin Davis. Looks like number 24, Aaron Larson. 32 is Reed Farchman. And number 45, Zach Wagner. And Tony Banks, number 14.
And on the inbounds, as we get back to, or as we start action here in the second half, Olivet, Drew Moore just picks up a foul for Holy Cross. And that'll be his.
Yeah, that's going to be his second and the team's first, so
now Olivet with the basketball trying to retake the lead again, and Larson from three, top of the key, nothing but net. Very smooth looking jump shot three-pointer there for Aaron Larson, and it's 32-30. Olivet starts the second half the way they began the first with a three-pointer.
Yeah, Larson now with 15 to go with 7 rebounds.
Here's Okuna with it to Parker Dominguez, top of the key. Dominguez looking for some help. Man-to-man defense by the Tigers, and a foul away from the basketball, and it will be against Olivet, I believe.
It's going to be on Tony Banks, and Banks is going to pick up his second, team first.
That's the second such foul on Banks away from the basketball, and checking in for Banks now will be Tyler Crater. Tyler Crater back in the game for Olivet. HolyCross to inbound, trailing 32-30 here in the opening minute of the second half.
And Dwayne, there's one of those teaching moments where Ralph Hodge, 35th year, showing Tony Banks, you got to wear his, your feet placement and everything. So that's one of those moments that Hodge has been around the block, so he can recognize things like that.
Here is a drive by Drew Moore, and he gets fouled off the right side there, and it's going to go against Crater, who just came in the game, Tyler Crater.
And Crater picks up his third, second on the team.
So the ball goes out of bounds underneath the basket. Will stay with the Saints. 32-30, Olivet with a lead. Here's the inbound to Dominguez. Back out to Zoe Bauer, who lets go of a three from the right corner. It's short, and taken off by Larson. Once again, the size differential here a little bit, giving the Saints some problems on the rebounding. Larson's had a big game. He's got the basketball and lets go of another three and misses it. Parker Dominguez, however, clears for HolyCross. Gets it to Dane Okuna, and across the timeline, Okuna with it. Guarded by Davis. Now over to Parker Dominguez, top of the key, left side. It's Zoe Bauer looking to get it down low to Evans. Can't. Gets it to Moore. Now he's directing traffic with 19 on the shot clock. Now Zoe Bauer with the left side, and it's dumped in too light of a pass there. Ball knocked away, but a foul has been called. They try to get it to Evans. Let's see who they get on the foul. It's going to go against Reed Farchman.
And Farchman picks up his third foul.
And Banks is back in right away, and so is Hunter Jacobs for Ralph Hodges' club.
So two of your players head to the bench with 3 fouls apiece.
Yep, Farchman. Now here's an inbounds, and it goes to Evans to Okuna. Now right side to Drew Moore. Moore back out here to Parker Dominguez, top of the key. To Zoe Bauer into the lane, pass to Evans. Beautifully done, and Evans scores. Great pass that time from Zoe Bauer. Tied at 32, and here is a cross-court passes. Olivet quickly the other way with it. Tony Banks. Banks guarded by Moore. Back out top to Crater. Crater over to Austin Davis, and then gets it inside. And the shot is put up and no good by Hunter Jacobs, but he's fouled and he'll go to the line. The foul was on Parker Dominguez of HolyCross.
And as we mentioned earlier, that Parker did not have a foul in the first half, so that's just his first and the second on the team at the 18-minute mark of the second half.
Game tied, 32-32, and Hunter Jacobs will attempt to break that tie, and he does. First free throw is good. It's 33-32 in favor of the Tigers.
That's our 11th lead change. 12th, lead change.
And the second free throw was no good, and the rebound comes off to Brandon Evans of HolyCross. Largest lead was 6 for Olivet in the first half, 4 by HolyCross. So it's been tight all the way. Now here is Dane Okuna with it for the Saints. Now Zoe Bauer lets go of a long three, and he nails it. Zoe Bauer from way out on the right perimeter. And it's 35-33. The Saints go back out on top.
And that's the best type of zone buster you can have.
Great looking shot there. Good form and all from Bauer. And it's a 2-point lead once again for the Saints. Now Austin Davis with it to Crater, top of the key. Crater gets it over to Banks. Tony Banks with it to Crater. Crater gets it over to Austin Davis, and Davis says, get out of here. I'll run the offense on the top. Now here is Hunter Jacobs. Gets it off to Wagner. Wagner looks for the back door to Austin Davis, puts it up and scores. Backdoor play there. Could have been a bump call, but a nice job by Parker Dominguez to keep him getting his second quick foul, Matt.
Yeah, and that's the one thing, because then most likely you would have seen him go to the bench.
Zoe Bauer with another three. No good this time from the left side, and the rebound to Tony Banks. Now quickly to Austin Davis. Davis drives very quickly. Cradle shot. Swatted out of there by Brandon Evans beautifully. And it will remain Olivet ball, but good defense by the Saints. Score is tied at 35 with 16:57 to go in the game. Now Crater with it on the inbound, and it's Banks. Top of the key, left side, over to Austin Davis. Davis now here to Banks. Banks top of the key, over to Crater, and Crater to Davis to Tony Banks. Now Crater right side, 14 on the shot clock. Underneath Wagner, shot up, no good. Foul first on Brandon Evans. A little push to the back, according to the referee.
Yeah, it's the fouls, I think, going to be on the floor, so Evans will pick up his second. That'll be the third on the team.
So it'll be out of bounds underneath the Olivet basket here to our right. And here is the throw inbounds, and it is caught by Crater, and it's up and in. Nice play that time by Tyler Crater. And Olivet retakes the lead at 37-35. Now here is Dano Kuna with it to Zoe Bauer. He dumps it down low into Evans, who tries to go up for the jam and is fouled. And he'll go to the line for two, and back and forth we go.
Yeah, and that's a good job there. Good job of Brandon Evans. Nice pass there by Bauer to get it inside to him, and Evans will go to the free throw line where he's 2 out of 2 today.
Foul on Zach Wagner of Olivet, and a substitution. Larson getting ready to check back in, but first, Brandon Evans will take the first of 2 free throws. Here is the first shot, and it's up and good. And indeed, Aaron Larson back in, and so is number 12, Alex Thorson, who saw a lot of action in the first half. Tony Banks will have a seat. And it's 37-36 with a free throw to come as Holy Cross looks to retie the score once again. Here is Evans, second free throw coming up. And it is good. Very nicely done there by Brandon Evans, who is a 66% free throw shooter. Now, here is a pass from Davis, and he gets it back, gets it over to Crater, top of the key. Thorson with it. Thorson back to Crater. Crater, right side now to Davis, trying to go for something down low with 16 minutes to go in the game. Score tied at 37. Steal by Zoe Bauer of Holy Cross. Turnover on Olivet. Here is Bauer with the basketball. Now gets it over to Drew Moore. Moore drives right side, goes all the way up, pass to Brandon Evans, and he is fouled on the play. A great pass from Drew Moore to Brandon Evans, and Evans is going right back to the line for 2. Foul is going to be charged to Aaron Larson of Olivet.
Yeah, Larson picks up his second, and that's 5 team fouls. And good movement by Brandon Evans underneath the basket to get himself in position for these plays.
Ralph Hodge not very happy with what just took place down there, and looks like Matt Ryan will be checking in, and he does. Free throw is good. Matt Ryan, a 6'7" junior forward from San Diego, California. He's giving Hunter Jacobs a rest, and then Clayton Webb will check in for Holy Cross and give Parker Dominguez a rest.
Yeah, Evans 5 out of 5 from the line. He's got 9 points.
38-37. Holy Cross retaking the lead here with 15:46 left. Second free throw to come, and it's good. Good form and all from Evans, and it's 39-37 in favor of the Saints. Now here comes Olivet with it once again. It's Alex Thorson with it. Thorson guarded by Drew Moore. A pair of 12s going at it. Now here is Crater trying to dump it down low, deflected and taken away. Evans with the deflection, and then Dano Kuna gets it to him, but he has his pocket picked, and it's Austin Davis with the steal, and he gets it quickly over to Alex Thorson. Thorson back the other way. Crater looking in. Ball deflected by Zoe Bauer. Out of bounds. Good call by the referee. It's off of Crater, and it will belong to Olivet, or to Holy Cross, excuse me, as Daryl McIntyre checking in, and so is Tony Banks. This time for Olivet, McIntyre for Dano Kuna.
And both teams getting very aggressive now on the defensive end, trying to make some things happen as we've been back and forth here in the second half. 2-point lead now for Holy Cross.
Zoe Bauer will inbound right in front of the Olivet bench, and he gets it to Drew Moore. 39-37, Holy Cross with the lead with 15:15 to go, and that ball is thrown away because Clayton Webb decided was setting a pick, and Drew Moore thought he was going to break out to the outside for the pass. So turnover, Holy Cross. Olivet back with it now, and here is Larson. Larson, top of the key to Matt Ryan. Ryan looking for some help. Gets it over to Austin Davis, top of the key. Davis cut off. Now right side, Tony Banks guarded by Bauer. Throw down low. Put up and hung on the rim. No good. Larson does not get the roll. And instead, McIntyre gets the rebound for Holy Cross. Here's Zoe Bauer with the basketball. Over to Drew Moore, left side. Moore drives and is cut off by Thorson. And now a pass and a battle timeout before the pass by Holy Cross, and let's see what it will be.
I think it's going to be a full.
It is a full timeout. Well, our score here from the McKenna Arena inside the Final Center is Holy Cross 39, Olivet 37. You're listening to men's college basketball action on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
Hi again, it's me, Sarah. I just got a text from TCU that means my first paycheck got deposited. I can't wait to treat myself. Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can't. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings, so I can spend a little and still save. Visit tcunet.com to start owning your financial future. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
The Gates Automotive Group has been serving Michiana for over 85 years. The Gates promise of fairness, honesty, and integrity can be seen each day at Gates Downtown, Gates Chevy Road, Mishawaka, Gates Toyota Scion, South Bend, Gates Island Road, and Gates of Granger. For 85 years, Gates dealerships have been providing great growth opportunities for all its employees. If you are interested in becoming one of our team members, stop by our family-owned and operated business. For more information on the Gates Automotive Group, check out the website at www.gatesautomotive.com.
Quick check of the stats. 41% in the shooting for the game now is Olivet. 33% from three-point range and 3 of 6 from the line. 46% for Holy Cross for the game. 36% from three-point range and 7 of 8 from the free throw line for 87% as we're back in action. Zoe Bauer with it for Holy Cross, gets it down low and has the ball, and Evans has the ball stripped away. And let's see, it goes off of Evans last. It'll be a turnover. It'll go to Olivet.
Yeah, 7 turnovers now. Holy Cross, 8 for Olivet Nazarene.
Mike McBride not happy with that call, and he's letting the referees know about it.
Yeah, he's wanting to know. He said there's a little bit of action going around there, and you're going to call that?
So now here is Olivet basketball now, and they're going with it the other way as Tony Banks has it. Banks working against the man-to-man pressure of Holy Cross. Here is Banks. Banks gets it out to the top of the key. It's Austin Davis, Matt Ryan with it. 16 on the shot clock. We're approaching the 14-minute mark. It is Banks with it. Now dumped in by Thorson. Matt Ryan goes up and gets the roll from just inside the lane there from about 4 feet. And it is 39-39, another tie, just under 14 minutes to play.
Yeah, 5th tie. We've had 14 lead changes.
Here's Drew Moore with it. Moore looking for someone from way out top here. Man-to-man defense applied by Olivet. Now over to Zoe Bauer. Bauer out top of the key to McIntyre. McIntyre behind the back dribble, and he almost lost it. Brandon Evans gets it, however. And Evans from the left side puts up a shot and is fouled on the play as Dane Okuno will be ready to check back in here momentarily. So will Parker Dominguez.
And Matt Ryan's going to pick up his first foul. And that's going to be 6 on the team. And this is the maturity I've seen out of Brandon Evans compared to last season. In a situation like that, Brandon Evans might have put the shoulder down and drawn the offensive foul. There he kind of kept his composure and was able to get himself in position. Now he's at the free throw line, and Evans is now 7 out of 7 from the free throw line.
Not bad for a 66% free throw shooter coming in.
13 points, going to try to make it 14 and give Holy Cross a 2-point lead back, and I guess I jinxed them.
Second game in a row, Matt. You're doing well on that area. Here happens to everybody. There isn't anybody that doesn't happen to. Matt Ryan with a shot from the right baseline. It's no good, and the rebound cleared by Evans for Holy Cross. Still doing a nice job. 40-39 our score with 13:10 left in the game. Holy Cross with a lead in the ball. It's Zoe Bauer with it. Man-to-man pressure guarded by Tony Banks. Now into the left corner. It's Drew Moore. Moore looking for a drive. Gets into the paint. It's nothing there. Kicks it back out to Dane Okuna. Okuna top of the key. Now here is Moore with it. Moore looking to drive. He'll settle for the jump shot. No good in the rebound taken by Matt Ryan. And here comes Olivet with it very quickly the other way. Tony Banks cross-court pass here to Austin Davis, who throws down low, and a foul on Brandon Evans coming across Aaron Larson from behind.
And that's going to be the 3rd foul on Brandon Evans. It looks like Parker Dominguez is going to give Brandon a seat. Brandon will step out with 13 points and 5 rebounds.
12:40 left in the game, 40-39. This has been close all the way. Holy Cross with the lead, but Olivet with the basketball right underneath its own basket. And there's Matt Ryan for a shot, goes up, and he's fouled on the play. And let's see if it's Dominguez or Webb. It'll be Clayton Webb.
Yeah, Clayton Webb. Webb will pick up his first, and that's 4 now. 5, excuse me.
And Ryan will go to the line for 2 with a chance to tie and retake the lead for the Tigers.
And Olivet 3 out of 6 from the free throw line this afternoon.
Here is the first free throw, and it is no good by Matt Ryan.
Yeah, didn't have very good form on that sequence there.
12:38 remaining in the game. The lead still 1 for the Saints as
Ryan came in shooting 53%. He's 50% and
missed them both
under
there.
50%.
But guess who got the rebound? Larson, and now it kicks it back out, and it's kicked down low back to Larson and up and in. The assist there to Thorson, and Aaron Larson with an easy basket from the left side, 41-40. So that was a tough possession there. Dominguez kicks it out. Zoe Bauer from the left corner for 3, in and out, no good. And the rebound taken over there by Tony Banks of Olivet. So Olivet now with a 1-point lead in the ball. And here is a turnover.
That's the right call.
Zoe Bauer with a good defensive play. It goes off of Thorson, and it will go right back to Holy Cross. Substitution for the Tigers as Zach Wagner checks back in, and Tony Banks will have a seat. Zoe Bauer will inbound right in front of Ralph Hodge, the head coach of the Tigers. Now looking for an inbound and gets it to Dane Okuna. Okuna very quickly across the timeline. Okuna dribbling it around, looking for someone, and gets it to Zoe Bauer. Left side, Bauer to Parker Dominguez. Dominguez looking underneath to Clayton Webb. Left side gives it back to Dominguez. Dominguez in the land of the Giants out there. Zoe Bauer, top of the key 3 is no good. Foul over the
back on Dominguez.
And it's on Parker Dominguez, who's very upset with himself that he couldn't get in the position to make that play.
And that's 2 fouls now on Parker, and that's 6 on the team, so both teams will be shooting free throws on the next foul.
41-40, Olivet with the lead. And the ball as Alex Thorson gets it to Matt Ryan, top of the key. And nice defense there by Zoe Bauer, who deflects the ball. Parker Dominguez comes up with a steal. And Holy Cross with a chance here again. Here is Drew Moore with it. Moore to Zoe Bauer, top of the key. And it's down low from Acuna to Parker Dominguez, right side. Dominguez going to drive into the paint, put up the shot, no good, and the rebound comes off to Wagner. Wagner, tough shot there that was there, and it just didn't go down. And Olivet with it now, and here is Larson. Larson puts it up and scores. Boy, big game here from Aaron Larson. Nice step-up jump shot there from about 10 feet, and it's 43-40 in favor of Olivet.
Yeah, 19 points for Larson, and Holy Cross has gone about 6 minutes, almost 5 minutes without a basket.
So here is, again, nice double team, triple team underneath, and Drew Moore for 3, it's no good. Parker Dominguez can't get the rebound, and it comes off to Wagner. And here comes Austin Davis with it. Davis, as Olivet now looks to get a little separation in this tight ball game. Pass underneath, no good. They could have gotten Dominguez with a foul there, and they did not, and that's fortunate because Ralph Hodge is saying, what do I have to do? He ran right into my man. Substitutions, Brandon Evans back in for Holy Cross, and for Olivet, number 32, it'll be Reed Farchman. 10:39 left, 43-40 in favor of Olivet. Now an inbounds, and right to Wagner, who does not get the ball to go in. Hung on the rim, can't get it to go in. Holy Cross fortunate there. Now here is Zoe Bauer with it from Drew Moore. 10:28 to go in the game, a 3-point lead for Olivet. No backdoor there. Here's a give around, and it's Zoe Bauer kicks it back out. Dane Okuna will let go of the 3. Dane Okuna, who had back-to-back threes to get Holy Cross back into some things during the first half. In fact, gave them a lead. Has now tied the game at 43. They needed that one.
Yeah, that was their first basket in over 5 minutes.
We're approaching the 10-minute mark, and it's dumped down low. And there's Larson again, who's been a force. Misses the bunny. Battles for some rebound, a jump ball, and it should go to Holy Cross as Olivet had the ball to start the second half. So with 10:02 remaining in the game, we're tied at 43 once again, and Bauer will inbound. Referee saying something to Zoe Bauer, and now hands it in to Dane Okuda, who crosses the timeline with it. Dane Okuda gets it over here to the left side to Clayton Webb, way out top. Now down low, left baseline to Brandon Evans. Evans kicks it across to Moore. Moore to Dane Okuna. And here is a Clayton Webb who puts up a shot and gets it to go down. Clayton Webb in the land of the Giants down there was able to find a way, and it's 45-43. And Holy Cross back on top with a 5-0 run.
Yeah, Webb's first basket of the afternoon, turnover.
Taken away, Brandon Evans knocks it away. Now here's Dane Okuna, and he had a layup, and I don't think he knew it, so Drew Moore for the three, in and out, no good. The shot no good. He just didn't know he had the shot there. And here now Olivet dodges a bullet, and they'll take the ball, and Ralph Hodge is seeing it out.
Good timeout by Ralph Hodge. His team was starting to drag a little bit there.
And it'll be a full timeout. 9:12 to go in the game. Our score, it's Holy Cross 45, Olivet Nazarene 43. You're listening to men's college basketball action on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
More students than ever are considering Holy Cross College for their future. Have you started to think about yours? Holy Cross College is a Catholic, co-ed, four-year institution of higher learning, offering a great curriculum with 11 NAIA varsity sports. Holy Cross offers 21 majors and minors, so you can excel in the subjects you love. Holy Cross also has the lowest tuition rate of all the private colleges in Michiana. 90% of students receive financial aid with an average award of over $24,000. Holy Cross College students have resources such as peer tutoring, writing, and math centers to ensure your academic success. Most importantly, professors know who you are and your strengths and weaknesses. Together, building your future. Be part of the 524 students that enjoy a lively on-campus experience, offering a vibrant social life with countless clubs and intramural activities that enhance your college experience. Visit Holy Cross College now. The experience matters. hcc-nd.edu.
Welcome back to the McKenna Arena inside the File Center. Dwayne Lewandowski along with Matt Copsey. We've got a heck of a ball game going here in our second contest of the day. The Holy Cross women lost the opener 88-81 in a heck of a game as well. And now Holy Cross men trying to salvage the split and go for their sixth straight win. They lead 45-43 with 9:12 left.
Yeah, Olivet Nazarene 18 out of 42 from the field, 43%. Holy Cross 16 out of 38, 42%. Pretty even.
College football this afternoon. 17th ranked Oklahoma beat 6th ranked Oklahoma State 33-24, Matt. There's a lot of stuff going on today on a Saturday in sports.
Yeah, some big games coming up. You got the SEC championship that's taking place, and big ACC tonight.
Here's a three that's put up by Davis, no good, and then a foul, and going down hard and getting up quickly.
32 is Reed Farchman.
Reed Farchman is in block just a little bit. And
Clayton Webb picks up his second foul, and I think Ralph's wanting to know if
he wants an intentional. That's what he wants. Ralph Hodge is trying to make a case here, and going to the line will be Farchman. He'll get two shots here. Exactly 9 minutes to go, 45-43. By the way, you were mentioning as the first free throw is up and good, so it's 45-44 now. Matt, you were mentioning the SEC championship. Auburn trailing very, very early in that game, 3-0.
To Missouri.
Yes. Second free throw to come here for Farchman. It's up and good, so Farchman simply picks himself off the deck and puts in two free throws. And it is 45-45. We're tied once again. Just under 9 minutes to go.
Seven ties, 16 lead changes.
Now here is a play by Drew Moore with it over to Dane Okuna, and it's a 2-3 zone now shown by Olivet as Ralph Hodge has decided to make a defensive switch during the timeout. Brandon Evans gets it to Okuna on, almost throws it away, does Evans. 8 seconds on the shot clock, now 7. Here is Zoe Bauer for three over the taller Larson, and it comes up short, and the rebound comes off to Thorson, and very quickly across the timeline is Alex Thorson with it. Right side gives it to the top of the key to Farchman. Now to Wagner, over to Austin Davis. Davis guarded by Zoe Bauer. Now it's Thorson over to Farchman. Now top of the key, and guess who again, Matt? But this time no good by Larson, and a rebound, Clayton Webb. And we have a high school quarter to go. Exactly 8 minutes. We're tied at 45. Here is Clayton Webb for Holy Cross. Left side gets it over to Dane Okuna. Now right side to Drew Moore, who's been held a little bit in check in this ball game. Drew Moore after the hot start. I say that, and Drew Moore just simply drives and puts up the one-hander from the right baseline and scores off the glass, 47-45.
Yeah, Moore now with 13. There's a little give and go. Nice block by Dane Okuna.
Dane Okuna blocking the ball away from Austin Davis on the look-in pass from Larson. And it'll remain Olivet basketball as McIntyre and Dominguez check in for Webb and Zoe Bauer.
I was just going to say, it looked like Davis had the easy layup over there, and David could have came in there and got the blocking, but the possession goes back. Shot clock remained the same.
Larson with it over to Austin Davis. Davis, top of the key, back to Larson, top of the key. Guarded by Dominguez. Now it's Wagner out top. Guarded by McIntyre. Over to Farchman. Now here's Thorson, left side. Now back here and underneath to Larson, and that's just another good play there, and it's no good. As Larson now starting to come up short on the Bunnies. Good defense by Brandon Evans, and Mike McBride wants a timeout. And it's a full one. With 7:04 to play in regulation, our score, it's HolyCross 47, Olivet Nazarene 45, and we'll keep it here.
Yeah, the Gates promise of fairness, honesty, and integrity can be seen each day by the Gates family with their involvement in the local community. The Gates family has been actively involved in many of our local churches, colleges, and universities. The Gates Automotive Group is family-owned and operated, has been serving Michiana for over 85 years. Dwayne, as we head into this final stretch of the game, it seems like neither team has been able to get any type of momentum. HolyCross's biggest lead here in the second half has been 3 points for Olivet Nazarene. The biggest leads in the game, Olivet led by 6 in the first half, HolyCross led by 4, so neither team has been able to, pull away from each other.
And the updated stats here show that HolyCross still shooting over 40% for the game at 17 of 40 for 42%, 5 of 17 from three-point range at 29%, 8 of 10 from the line, while Olivet 18 of 46 for 39%, 4 of 14 from three-point range at 28%, and 5 of 10 from the line for 50%. Really, Matt, those three-pointers that HolyCross have hit have been really at a good time because they were down by 3 and it could have been 5. They came down and Dano Kuna has hit 3 of those in this ball game.
Exactly, and you take a look, the rebounding edge, Olivet Nazarene leads at 32 to 23, 10 rebounds for Larson, so he's got a double-double, and you've got Parker Dominguez with seven rebounds, although he only has 2 points.
So Parker Dominguez will throw the inbounds here with 7:04 remaining. HolyCross with a 2-point lead, and he gets it into the backcourt to Dano Kuna, who crosses the timeline, and it's back to a man-to-man defense for Olivet. Here is Brandon Evans with it on the right baseline, and he is in some trouble down there, and now he loses it, but it's off of one of the Olivet players, and it will remain HolyCross basketball with 17 on the shot clock. Dominguez to inbound. Now looking for someone and finds Dane Okuna with it. Okuna will dribble back out. Now kicks it back down low. Parker Dominguez drives inside, scores! And the foul! Parker Dominguez with a big basket there. Back bucket and a foul, and I believe, let's see who they're going to get. Now, Aaron Larson with the foul.
Yeah, Larson picks up his third, and Parker Dominguez gives HolyCross the biggest lead. It ties their biggest lead of the afternoon at 4. He's got 4 points. He can try to make it 5. Give HolyCross a little bit of distance now as the free throw is up, no good.
And the rebound comes away to Olivet. So the lead remains 4 with 6:42 to go in the game, and very quickly Austin Davis gets it over to Alex Thorson. Thorson Thorson still has it guarded by Drew Moore, and he comes out on the top of the key. It's a 9-2 run here by the Saints from being down 43 to 40. Now it's back out here to Thorson, and now to Larson. Larson over to Austin Davis. And now the ball knocked away by Parker Dominguez, and Dominguez careful that he doesn't get the foul. And now here's a shot.
Shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation. Great defense by HolyCross. As a desperation shot of sorts that went up by Zach Wagner did not hit the rim, so that's a turnover. The 12th officially by their stats.
That's how many I have. I have 12.
Okay, Matt. To me, you're the official guy anyway. I always believe that. Less than a JV quarter to go. 5:55 left here now. And HolyCross with a 4-point lead in the ball and a chance to extend it. Evans over to Zoe Bowers. Bauer fakes the three, puts up the running one-hander. No good. That was not really the shot that I think Mike McBride wanted there. And very quickly the other way and up and no good. Shot again, and that was by Austin Davis, and it's out of bounds. It'll belong to Olivet.
It looked like that looked like a sequence for Olivet Nazarene where they just came down and tried to get up a shot before Holy Cross was able to get back on defense.
And we're going to get a timeout from Ralph Hodge and the Olivet Nazarene Tigers. It's a full timeout.
Yeah, we'll take it with them.
5:37 remaining in the game. It's Holy Cross 49, Olivet Nazarene 45. You're listening to men's college basketball action on RRSN.com.
Hi again, it's me, Sarah. I just got a text from TCU that means my first paycheck got deposited. I can't wait to treat myself. Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings. So I can spend a little and still save. Visit TCUnet.com to start owning your financial future. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello there, this is Nat King Cole, wishing you all a happy and a Merry Christmas.
The joy of living is in the giving. So let's give lots of toys for tots.
Since 1947, the United States Marine Corps has been helping Santa fill his sleigh, making happier holidays for deserving children right in your community. Go to toysfortots.org and learn how you can make a difference.
Back here at McKenna Arena at the File Center, Holy Cross 45, Olivet Nazarene 49-45 with 5:37 left in regulation. Let's take a look, give you a quick game reset sponsored by Hacienda. Holy Cross has 4 timeouts left, 3 timeouts left for Olivet Nazarene. Both teams are in the bonus, and the arrow right now favors Olivet Nazarene.
Well, Olivet desperate for a victory coming into today, and now here's an inbounds to Larson, and he scores. Tell you what, Aaron Larson having a game here this afternoon for Olivet. The lead back down to 2, 49-47, Holy Cross, as we approach the 5:20 mark left in regulation.
Yeah, Larson now with 21.
Here is Drew Moore driving left side, cut off, and the ball stolen away, turnover. And here come the Tigers with a chance to tie with authority out of that timeout as Larson has it. Top of the key to Wagner. Wagner over to Austin Davis, left side. Now it's Davis getting it over here to Thorson. Thorson to Farchman. Farchman back out to Thorson, and now over to Wagner, and now down low. They're looking for Larson every time, and good defense that time. A steal and a turnover for Holy Cross.
Another great job by Parker Dominguez on the defensive end to force that.
Dominguez out top, guarded by Larson, who's really smothered the offensive output of Dominguez for most of this game. And now a pass underneath. Brandon Evans looking to step up. Ball knocked away, and it's retrieved by Dominguez. Nice hustle play there. 12 on the shot clock, and Drew Moore for 3, and it's good. Drew Moore with another critically timed three-pointer and a 5-point lead, the biggest here this afternoon for the Saints. 52-47, 4:20 left.
16 for Moore, as Dwayne mentioned. Holy Cross now with their biggest lead at 5.
So here is a pass underneath. Wagner puts it up from the right baseline and scores. Nice turnaround jump shot from the big guy, Zach Wagner. And Olivet saying, we're not going anywhere. And they cut it back down to 3. It's the nature of this ball game. Going to come down to maybe the last couple of possessions, the way it's going.
Yeah, Wagner now with 6.
Here's Parker Dominguez with it. Over to McIntyre, and Drew Moore top of the key. Moore drives, turnaround, puts up a tough shot, and a charging foul. That's Drew Moore trying to do a little bit too much there. He made a good fake and drove the lane, but good defensive pressure, or good defensive stance, I should say, by Olivet, and they get the turnover.
Yeah, that's 3 now on Moore. 9 turnovers for Holy Cross.
And a timeout for Olivet, and it's going to be a full timeout. 3:48 remaining in regulation. Our score, Holy Cross 52, Olivet Nazarene 49. You're listening to men's college basketball action on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
They were outnumbered, out-equipped. They had no chance of winning, but they had one huge advantage: General George Washington.
The fate of unborn millions will now depend, under God, on the courage and conduct of this army. We have to resolve to conquer or die.
Just as the leadership of one man helped form a nation, today leadership can transform the world. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at Values.com.
They came from every corner of the country, from from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines. A tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
Back here at the McKenna Arena at the File Center, HolyCross 52, Olivet Nazarene 49. Olivet Nazarene with 2 timeouts left, 4 for HolyCross. Both teams are in the bonus, and the arrow still favors Olivet Nazarene.
Great chess match going on here by the veteran coach Ralph Hodge, 35 years, and the first season coach of Mike McBride at HolyCross. 52-49 the Saints. Now here comes Olivet out of the timeout with a chance to cut into that. And it is Thorson with it, top of the key, man-to-man defense. Austin Davis lets go of a shot that's no good, and the rebound comes off to Parker Dominguez. I believe that was a 3 from the far right side, and it was no good. That would have tied the game. 3:25 and counting. Every possession now becoming more and more critical. Here is Parker Dominguez, top of the key. Dominguez on the man-to-man defense, and Dominguez loses the ball, does a tremendous job from that ball hitting the timeline way back at center court. Very close to a turnover, but good hustle. Dominguez gets it from Okuna. Now cross-court pass from Dominguez, back out to Okuna from Evans. Now dip down to Evans with 5 on the shot clock. Evans puts up the shot. It's blocked away and taken away by Olivet. Good defense by the Tigers that time. Here's a pass underneath, and it's off of HolyCross. It'll remain Olivet basketball. Good hustle by the Saints to get back there. I think Parker Dominguez had a hand in stopping that play from being an easy layup.
2:53 left, 30 on the shot clock.
52-49, HolyCross clinging to a 3-point lead. Now here is a long 3 from Austin Davis to tie it. It's no good, and they get the rebound and then swat it away. Thorson from McIntyre. Thorson got the rebound from Evans, but McIntyre was there to swat the ball away, and HolyCross now with a possession. Great defense here by both teams here down the stretch.
30-second timeout by Mike McBride. We're going to keep it here and let you know that the Gates Automotive Group has been serving Michiana for over 85 years. The Gates promise of fairness, honesty, and integrity can be seen each day at Gates Downtown, Gates Chevy World Mishawaka, Gates Toyota Scion South Bend, Gates Island Road, and Gates of Granger. For 85 years, Gates dealerships have been providing great growth opportunities for all its employees. If you are interested in becoming one of our team members, stop by our family-owned and operated business. For more information on the Gates Automotive Group, check out the website at www.gatesautomotive.com. 52-49 HolyCross with 2 minutes and 33 seconds left in regulation. 3 timeouts left now for Mike McBride. 2 left for Ralph Hodge. Both teams are in the bonus, and the arrow still favors Olivet Nazarene.
HolyCross will get the basketball right in front of their own bench. Zoe Bauer will inbound.
You got the sideline.
And guarded by Farchman. And here's the inbound, and it goes to Dane Okuna. Ralph Hodge shouting out instructions to his team. Here's Zoe Bauer with it. Bauer drives the baseline, kicks it back out to McIntyre. McIntyre puts up a tough shot in the lane, no good. Battle for the basketball, and it is taken away by Aaron Larson of Olivet. So a chance gone by the board that time, and here come the Saints now with a chance once again, the 3rd time to cut into this lead. Can't give a good team like Olivet that many chances. Eventually they're going to answer. Here is a pass down low, and it's Larson. He's been doing a lot of that today. Kick back out to Davis. Now Thorson underneath to Wagner. Puts up the shot and scores. Good ball movement that time by Olivet and getting it around to Zach Wagner for the easy layup off the left side, and it's 52-51 HolyCross with 1:47 to go.
Yeah, Wagner scored the last 4. He's got 8.
McIntyre with it, and HolyCross desperately needing a basket here on this possession. Even though they're ahead by 1, they want to extend that and keep the pressure on Olivet here, and the ball kicked out of bounds by Larson. It'll remain HolyCross basketball. 14 on the shot clock, and Drew Moore will check in for Daryl McIntyre.
I think now you're in an offense-defensive situation.
And you hear the shouting instructions from Ralph Hodge here in front of us from Olivet. Here is an inbounds, and it goes underneath to Zoe Bauer. And Bauer, is he fouled or did he step on the line? It looks like a foul.
I think they're going to get him out. There's going to be a push with the body.
And Bauer will go to the line, and it's going to go against Farchman.
Farchman will pick up his fourth, and Zoe Bauer will head to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
Reed Farchman with the foul, and McIntyre will check back in. And you're right, it's offense-defense here as Drew Moore takes a seat. And Zoe Bauer, who really did a nice job in free throws down the stretch in the IUSB game, is at the line now here, and that's the guy you would want at the line as he nails the first one, 53-51. Bauer, a 93, almost 94% free throw shooter as he hits both of those. And now it's 54-51. 3-point lead, 2-3 zone by Holy Cross now. Here is Larson, top of the key, guarded by Evans. 1:20 to go. Here is Thorson with it, kicks it out here to Austin Davis. Davis drives left side, and a three launched that time by Farchman that hangs on the rim. No good. Parker Dominguez with a great rebound as Farchman came flying in, following his shot, couldn't get it. Now a 3-point lead in the ball. Timeout, Mike McBride. And it'll be out of bounds with 1:03 left in regulation as Drew Moore checks back in our score. Holy Cross 54. Olivet Nazarene 51. It's a 30-second timeout, and I give you Matt Kopsey.
Yeah, and Dwayne, I know you're going to get mad at me again, but are you looking for somewhere to hang out and watch the big game or a fun place to take the family out for dinner? Try Beef O'Brady's at State Road 23 and Bittersweet Road in Granger. Open 7 days a week for lunch starting at 11 a.m. Beef O'Brady's features great ribs and wraps, plus you can also build your own burger. Beefs can cater your next event and has a private party room that can seat up to 60 people. Check us out on Facebook or call 574-271-1415 for more information. Beef O'Brady's, good food, good for sports. 1:03 remaining in regulation. Holy Cross 54, Olivet Nazarene 51. 2 timeouts left for each team. Both teams have 18 fouls, which means they'll be shooting free throws, and the arrow favors Olivet Nazarene.
Holy Cross will inbound now. As they wait for the prep hand to get done. Okay, here we go. Here's the inbounds. It is Zoe Bauer looking for someone, and he gets it ahead, and it is Parker Dominguez who can't get the rebound.
Tipped up and in by Brandon Evans.
Brandon Evans with a huge tip in there. Under a minute to go. The lead is 5. That's the biggest lead of the game. Once again, the second time for Holy Cross, and Zoe Bauer
on Zoe Bauer. Bauer will pick up his first, team's 9th.
So Zoe Bauer with the foul. And that'll be free throws, and that's not exactly what you wanted here to stop the clock if you're Holy Cross. But going to the line, Alex Thorson, as he was driving for what could have been an easy layup. So you take the hope that he misses a free throw here. And here's Thorson's first shot. It's good, nothing but net. We've seen some pretty darn good free throw shooting today, both in the women's and men's game. As Thorson will get a second free throw here. And it is up and good. And just like that, it's back down to 3 without much time off the clock. And coming in is Tyler Crater for Farchman for Olivet. And a full court press now applied by the Tigers.
Yeah, looks like they're double teaming everybody with the ball here.
And now they back it off as Drew Moore will bring it across with 47 seconds and counting, 30 on the shot clock. Heavy pressure applied by Thorson on Drew Moore. And he just picks up Dane Okuna right there at the top of the key as Mike McBride's team spreads it out. 3-point lead, 17 on the shot clock, 31 on the game clock. Here is Drew Moore with it. Moore guarded by Austin Davis. 26, 9 on the shot clock. Here's Dane Okuna inside, and it goes to Brandon Evans, who scores! Brandon Evans, the lead 5 with 19 seconds. Very quickly, here comes Olivet, and it's Crater, and a timeout taken by Olivet Nazarene with 14.7 seconds to go. Holy Cross 58, Olivet Nazarene 53.
Yeah, we're going to keep it here and thank our friends at the Gates Automotive Group. Check out the new Gates of Granger on State Road 23. The Gates of Granger is a full-service shop for all brands and models. With their state-of-the-art base paint and body shop, you can't go wrong when it's time for all your detailing work. At the Gates of Granger, you can also see and buy the top 10 models of pre-owned cars, pickups, SUVs, and vans. The Gates Automotive Group celebrating 85 years of integrity. 14.9 seconds left in regulation. 58-53 Holy Cross. 2 timeouts left for Holy Cross, 1 for Olivet Nazarene. 8 team fouls for Olivet, 9 for Holy Cross. And Dwayne, Brandon Evans with 2 huge, and I am saying huge baskets here in this final sequence here that have given Holy Cross the biggest lead of the day.
Yep, the third 5-point lead of the game, and it comes at a critical time. And boy, he had to muscle that ball in there, Matt. It just hung on the back of the rim and dropped in. So Brandon Evans, you're right, with a huge basket. And now the key is, can they hold on and win their 6th game in a row, which is still program best at 5, and they want to keep this train rolling. And we talked in the pregame, Matt, I mentioned how Olivet has lost some very close games for much of this season. Their record is a little bit tainted coming in, and right now they're staring at another one of those possibly happening if something doesn't happen here, but still some work to do for HolyCross. 14.7 left, and Olivet will inbounds. It's going to be Larson, and he cross-courts it, and Davis lets go of the 3. It's no good, and the rebound comes off to McIntyre of HolyCross, and a foul on Olivet with 10.1 to go.
That's going to be... It's going to be on number 4. It's going to be on number 42, Crater, and he's going to pick up his 4th.
Tyler Crater with the foul, and great play out of the timeout. You want the quick 3 if you can. It didn't go down, and now McIntyre will go to the line.
Yeah, 1-1 here for McIntyre. 10.1 seconds left. He could make this a 2-possession game.
McIntyre 67% from the free throw line coming in. Here is the free throw. It's up and no good, and Olivet with a rebound under 10 seconds. Here comes Austin Davis. Davis and Thorson goes for a three-pointer, and it's blocked by McIntyre, taken by HolyCross, and Dominguez gets it over to Zolibauer, and that's it! It's all over here from the McKinney Arena inside the Final Center on the campus of HolyCross University. Our final score, it is HolyCross 58 and Olivet Nazarene 53. A big conference victory here for the Saints and Mike McBride. We will be back after this 2-minute timeout with stats and facts and hopefully an interview from Coach McBride. Right after this, you're listening to men's college basketball action on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
Than ever considering HolyCross College for their future. Have you started to think about yours? HolyCross College is a Catholic, co-ed, 4-year institution of higher learning, offering a great curriculum with 11 NAIA varsity sports. HolyCross offers 21 majors and minors, so you can excel in the subjects you love. HolyCross also has the lowest tuition rate of all the private colleges in Michiana. 90% of students receive financial aid with an average award of over $24,000. HolyCross College students have resources such as peer tutoring, writing, and math centers to ensure your academic success. Most importantly, professors know who you are and your strengths and weaknesses. Together, building your future. Be part of the 524 students that enjoy a lively on-campus experience, offering a vibrant social life with countless clubs and intramural activities that enhance your college experience. Visit HolyCross College now. The experience matters. hcc-nd.edu.
Dwayne Lewandowski and Matt Copsey back here at the File Center where HolyCross hangs on for a 58-53 victory over Olivet Nazarene. Their school record 6th straight win. They improved to 9-4 overall, 3-3 in the CCAC. Olivet Nazarene, Dwayne, another tough luck loss for the Tigers. They dropped to 2-9 and 1-2 in the conference play, and you know, you take a look. We talked about these numbers as we went along during the game. You know, HolyCross finishes 21 of 48 from the field for 44%, 6 out of 18 from three-point range for 33%, 10 out of 14 from the free throw line for 71%. But the play of Brandon Evans down the stretch, you know, he came up with those 2 big baskets, couple of big rebounds there. And what can you say about Daryl McIntyre? A couple of big blocks. McIntyre finishes, he only had 1 point in the game, but he had 3 blocks, 3 assists, 1 steal, and a couple of rebounds. And Parker Dominguez, 9 rebounds and 4 points, just a solid effort. And that's what Mike McBride talked about, you know, that balance here. Everybody contributing in some capacity.
And I think, Matt, that this is a type of game that would have gotten away from HolyCross last year, where they played, you know, a pretty hard game and weren't able to find that way to get over the hump. And in the case here, the Tigers seem to be going through that. That's a good team over there on the other side of the floor that HolyCross went up against today, and I think Mike McBride would be the first one to mention that. And you know, today was a big conference win for them as we bring in the head coach of the HolyCross Saints, Coach Mike McBride. And Coach, first of all, let's get the formalities out of the way. Congratulations. The winning streak now at 6, and this was a tough ball game against a very formidable conference opponent today. They're always physical when they come in here, and they bring it to the table, and it's got to be good to come out of here with a victory.
Oh, it was great. Their record, you can just throw that out the window. This is the best win we've had, and we've played some really good teams. We've lost some to really good teams, and we beat some really good teams, and this, I think, is the best one. And part of that is how we had to do it. We had to be really tough mentally and physically to win, because they are. They always are. Yes. And I think we matched it, exceeded it, whatever you want to say. We did enough to win. Really proud of them right now.
I just thought their defense frustrated you at times this afternoon, but you were able to keep that, like we talked about in the pregame show, kept your focus mentally and weren't able to get down on yourselves. I know Zoe struggled a little bit with his shooting today, but he hits a couple of big free throws. Daryl McIntyre, he struggled a little bit, 3 big blocks, and it came back to all the contributions from all the different people.
Yeah, we got it across the board. Brandon Evans, was huge, and I got to question myself a little bit why the kid only gets 7 shots. Now, granted, he had some free throws, but we got to do a better job of getting him, speak of the devil, of getting him even more touches. But everybody contributed. And the way they play defensively, they're so physical that it's hard to get a rhythm against them.
Well, I'll tell you what, I thought, Brandon, we talked, Matt and I, here about some real critical plays underneath. We're kind of glad we're here. We're safe on the bench. What's going on underneath there is a lot of battling. It's hard fought, and that's where the battles are won and lost. And today you won some very critical baskets down the stretch that hung on the rim and went your way. How do you feel about what you were able to do underneath there and what you were able to accomplish?
It was all luck, hard work, hard work, and just boxing out. Coach worked on boxing out the whole week, and that's what we did. I think we played tougher than the team. Got the win.
Tell you what, Coach, I thought a critical point in this second half. You're down 43-40. To Olivet, and Olivet has the ball. They have a chance to maybe give a little separation in what had been a tight ball game. But you guys get a stop. You get a big 3 from Dane Okuda. You go on a 9-2 run, and then Brandon Evans makes some plays down the stretch, and that was able to, I think, get you guys over the hump.
Yeah, I mean, for him to get 17, when they made it pretty overt that they were trying to keep it, just like we were, trying to keep it out of the post. I mean, they set up their ball pressure, their post defense, their help, everything to keep him and our other post guys from touching it. So for him to be able to work and do what he did is a great testament to him. But defensively, we being the players, were all really well positioned and made plays down the stretch. Parker was really good seeing the ball. Mack was really good for the most part seeing the ball. Brandon forced a couple misses by just being vertical and not bailing guys out. So across the board, we played well defensively.
Brandon, a year ago, back in January of last year, Olivet comes in here with a great team, really laid it on HolyCross pretty bad. You guys remember that? You put it out of your mind? You think about that at all going into this as a team maybe, as some of the guys talk about that, or is that not something that's even brought up?
It came up. We didn't want to have it happen again. We're doing pretty good at home, so we just wanted to keep it up.
6 games in a row you've won now. It's never been done in program history, and you're part of that, big part of that.
Yeah, we got to keep it going though. We're not done yet.
I'm sure that you guys are not. Another tough conference game coming up next Matt. That'll be Tuesday against Spring Arbor.
We go a week from today against Purdue Calumet.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
You've got a week off now to prepare for Purdue Calumet, another team that's going to be another tough test for you guys.
Yeah, they're 3-0 in the conference as well. I think overall they're like 7-1, 8-1, really athletic. So it'd be another. There are no nights off in this league, and there are no nights off with our schedule. So we've got to, most importantly, we've got to improve between now and next Saturday, and then come out and play with that same kind of toughness next Saturday afternoon.
What was the specific game plan going into today against a guy that's been 35 years on the bench over there that you're going up against today? Was there something in particular that you saw that you wanted to accomplish against them?
Well, they're so they execute so well with what they do that we kind of locked in on their key movements, their key actions, and we set up a couple things to take those away with switching and how we wanted to play the post. But it's certainly not his 35 years against my 13 games. We're in deep trouble if that's the case. It's always what the guys on the floor, if they're able to carry out what's set up. We didn't win by 5 because I had a better strategy than him. We won by 5 because our guys were matched their toughness, and we were able to sneak out of here with it.
Well, as I mentioned, just because it's your first year on the bench, it doesn't mean you haven't ever seen a basketball before. So
Yeah.
You're right. It does come into guys executing the game plan, and it worked out today for you guys. And congratulations and best of luck in your next game.
Great. Thank you.
Brandon,
Appreciate you all being
thanks
here.
for joining us, Coach, on the post-game show. Best of luck. That's Brandon Evans, number 30 here, and his head coach, Mike McBride, coming away with a huge victory today here at home, 58-53 over Olivet Nazarene.
Yeah, let's take a look at the final stats before we sign off this afternoon. For Olivet Nazarene, Austin Davis, 4 of 16 from the field, 0 of 1 from the free throw line, 10 points. Tony Banks, 1 of 3 from the field, 3 points. Aaron Larson, 9 of 16 from the field, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 21 points. He also had 12 rebounds. Reed Farchman, 0 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Zach Wagner, 4 of 9 from the field, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Alex Thorson, 1 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 points. Hunter Jacobs, 1 of 2 from the free throw line for 1 point. Matt Ryan, 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 points. And Tyler Crater, 1 of 1 from the field for 2 points. Olivet Nazarene, 21 of 57 from the field, 37%, 4 of 19 from three-point range, 21%, 7 of 12 from the free throw line, 58%. For Holy Cross, Dana Kuda, 3 of 5 from the field, 3 of 4 from three-point range. Dwayne, we talked about those were big three-pointers.
Huge.
9 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block, 2 steals. Zoe Barr struggled from the fields, 3 of 10 from the field, 1 of 7 from three-point range, but hit those 2 free throws when they mattered. 9 points, 3 assists, 2 steals. Drew Moore, 7 of 14 from the field for 16 points. Clayton Webb, 1 of 2 from the field for 2 points. Parker Dominguez, 2 of 6 from the field for 4 points, but he had 9 rebounds. He had 9 rebounds and 2 steals. Daryl McIntyre, 1 of 3 from the field for only 1 point, but he had 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks, and 1 steal. Brandon Evans, who just joined us here on the postgame show, 5 of 7 from the field, 7 of 8 from the free throw line, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 1 block, 1 assist, and Adam Vizard played but did not score. And as we mentioned, Holy Cross, 21 out of 48 from the field, 44%, 6 out of 18 from three-point range for 33%, 10 out of 14 from the free throw line, 72%. Olivet Nazarene won the battle of the boards, 39-30. 15 assists for Olivet Nazarene, 5 for Zach Wagner, 10 for Holy Cross, 4 for Akuta, 3 for Bauer, 3 for McIntyre. 12 turnovers for Olivet Nazarene, only 9 for Holy Cross, so a great job.
Yep.
1 block for Olivet, that belonged to Aaron Larson. 5 for Holy Cross, as we mentioned. 3 for Daryl McIntyre, 1 for Brandon Evans, and 1 for Dane Akuta. And 5 steals for Olivet Nazarene, 2 for Austin Davis, 9 for Holy Cross, 2 each for Akuta, Bauer, and Parker Dominguez. And so, Dwayne, we saw a split today. Holy Cross and the women in the first game, they went up against a team that kept giving them every shot they could. They got it within 6, wound up losing by 7. Still, I think it's some positive things for Amy Nesbitt-Johnny to take out of that 88-81 loss.
Well, yeah, when you're down 20 points in the second half and you make that kind of a run against that kind of a team that applies that kind of pressure, it shows that you can score, and they scored 53 points in the second half compared to the 28 in the first. So they just got to find a way to put 2 halves together, no matter who it is that they're playing. But there's still some signs pointing towards trying to break the losing streak that they have. It's now at 4, so they want to get back on the winning track. And as far as the men go, you can see the excitement in Mike McBride when he says this is the best win they've had to date yet. That's saying something because, this is a very good Olivet team that came in despite their record. They've lost some tough games. They're very physical, and they make you work for everything. And I believe that Holy Cross did that here today.
Well, and Dwayne, I think you and I talked about it earlier. I think how much this team has grown up mentally.
Yes.
There were times last year when this team, when they would get into a situation where the pressure would get on them, they would sometimes find a way to have some bad things happen, but that didn't happen today. As Coach McBride said, this is a great win because I think it tested all their mental toughness today. They came away with a victory. As we said, they improved to 9-4, 3-0 in the CCAC, and they got a week now to prepare for Purdue-Calumet.
Well, and one other thing is that I don't see this team, dropping their heads when something goes wrong. They just show a little bit of, a little bit of disgust there, and they get right back into it on the next possession, whether it's defense or offense. They make a mistake, they hustle down the floor, they make a deflection out of bounds. And that's a lot of reflection on Mike McBride.
Okay, that's going to do it this afternoon for our coverage of HolyCross basketball here on the Regional Radio Sports Network. Thanks to Pat Doherty and Brad Brink for doing a great job with our camera work this afternoon. We'd like to remind you that our next broadcast of HolyCross basketball will come this Tuesday night when the HolyCross women host the Spring Arbor Cougars. You can join Pat Doherty and Adam Demery for that broadcast here on the Regional Radio Sports Network starting around 5:15. And next Saturday we'll be back here for a doubleheader as Purdue Calumet pays a visit to the McKenna Arena at the File Center for a doubleheader starting at 12:45. You can join Dwayne and myself for all the action. So for Brad, Pat, Dwayne, I'm Matt. Have a great evening, and we'll see you the next time.